hope that you don't get mixed messages. You put that shit right under your tongue. You put that shit right under your tongue, so you can feel where I'm from. Put that shit right under your tongue. You put that shit right under your tongue, so you can feel where I'm from. I don't want it if you ain't seen it. I like them greedy, block high so it's steaming. I count my weeks when you be pulling up, it don't really last too long. I wish I could take you on the road, but I take my gun.
I wish I could take you on the road, but I brought my gun. She said she loved me, but she left me stranded on our prom. Got 2% up on my phone, just sitting there looking dumb. Just lost my head, my phone, and then why giving directions to mom. Hey, I don't see how love no more. At first I used to see it. I looked up in the phone and I missed messages, deleted. Yeah, say you wanna slide back to the west, but we can't go no more. You just wanna break my heart in this bed that I just let you go.
How about I just slide back to the west with ya? I just hope that you don't get mixed messages. I think I let you break my heart, it might be fun. I just hope that you don't get mixed messages. You put that shit right under your tongue. You put that shit right under your tongue, so you can feel where I'm from. Put that shit right under your tongue. You put that shit right under your tongue, so you can feel where I'm from.
All right, what's going on? Shout outs to everybody in the building. I'm in the building with you. I am your gracious, goddamn, I am your gracious host. Right back at the helm of today's show. Barely got my voice, but we putting in that work today, man. It's Player Talk Radio. I am DJ Kuda. What's going on, y'all? Make sure you guys hit the like button on the way in. Support the show. Yeah, we here, man. Hold on. Took me a minute to get the show together, but we're doing all right, man. We'll have a nice little quick show. About to have some fun. 1 second. Hold on, y'all. Put a 1 in the chat if you guys can hear me. You should be able to hear me. Hold on. All right. I'm gonna get into the content. Give me 1 second. Believe it or not, I'm still behind. Hold on. Hold on. All right, hold on. Hold on. We got some space news to talk about also too. Hold on, y'all. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. All right, let's get into the game. Player Talk Radio. All right, reload it. All right, let's go.
Comedian Bill Burr reacted here to the United Healthcare CEO shooting. And I just really appreciated how he reacted to this. Like, there's a lot of talk about who's the Joe Rogan of the left, and there's no way to do that. Because Joe Rogan, his show makes hundreds of millions of dollars in part because it doesn't really challenge anything in a meaningful way. It's conspiracies, yeah.
All right, hold on. Let me give everybody in the room a shout out real quick. My bad, y'all. Shout outs to Bronze Flat Power God coming through as always. What's going on, man? Happy holidays, everybody. Shout outs to Guido Planet, man. Y'all killing me. He said do verticals. Man, I'm doing horizontals for y'all. My numbers ain't gonna be big if I do horizontals like that, but we're gonna get back into the algorithm. Shout outs to Guido, but he said he got the vertical working. So hey, look, if they doing both, shout outs to YouTube. Shout outs to the cynical one in the building. We got TCO in the building. Shout outs to Ed. Ed back in the place to be. What's going on, man? You emailed me a link with dating coaches. Okay. All right, I'm gonna have to check that out. All right, let's get back into it. It's Player Talk Radio. I am your gracious host, Kuda, but you know that already. Let's go.
I will peddle pro-Trump stuff and racism, but largely people that are paying attention to it, it's just like a libertarian podcast with the aesthetics of some like edgy stuff. It doesn't necessarily challenge power in any way. But I would nominate Bill Burr if he were interested. I just don't think he is in terms of left-wing Joe Rogan figures. But this is how he reacted and how I think a lot of people should react to the reaction that people have had about the killing of this United Healthcare CEO.
Paul, what's going on in New York? We were just talking about it. That CEO got fucking whacked.
Oh my God, dude.
You know what's funny? I was going to read an article, guy. They go, oh my God, he's such a great guy. He had a wife and kids, and he's such a great guy. And then you find out he and the other guys he's working for are getting sued for $121 million for dumping a stock and not letting the other people know. It's like, there's your motive.
Dude, anytime I hear CEO of one of the biggest healthcare, it's like you don't wish it on anybody. You feel horrible for his kids and his wife, of course. But dude, when I saw that, and I saw
what is more heartless than a fucking CEO of a corporation? The decision in healthcare, the decisions that they make. This is the thing. I'm not saying what happened should have happened, but I'm just for them to be like, oh, this is like, why would anybody want to do this? It's like, they're denying claims and people are dying. The food supply is poison. It's like the fucking motive out there is wild. It's right up there, Paul, with getting life insurance. The second you get life insurance, whoever is the beneficiary immediately has motive. You are now worth such and such amount of money if you're not alive. And there you are talking.
That's the first time in my lifetime where I saw surveillance of something that was like a fucking movie, where the guy just stood out holding the gun, silencer hat, shot him and just went off. That was fucking wild to see.
Anyway, basically, like, I mean, this is most people are saying like having a version of that conversation, because as he says, like this United in particular is because of, I think it's market position, and they operate as a cartel. Like you were saying this earlier, they're number one in denying claims. And the reason that private health insurance doesn't need to exist is because it's essentially acts as like a mafia middleman. It acts as somebody taking a cut and putting you in between your healthcare, where if there was a single insurer, if the government was the single insurer, the risk pool would be the same as traditional insurance, right? So you would be able to incorporate younger people, so the cost would be driven down, and you wouldn't have the insurer in the middle of the payment taking a cut. And that mafia style, mob boss, health insurance person, they've gotten more and more emboldened as this system has been allowed to go on and has ballooned in the way that it has.
Using AI to deny claims.
Right. And again, more people were insured under the Affordable Care Act, and the patient protection part was the key under Obama, where you were no longer allowed to deny people health insurance based on a pre-existing condition. Say they didn't report a procedure that they had, that the health insurer could feasibly say, like, well, that could have affected X condition. Turns out this life-saving treatment or surgery that you thought was covered under your insurance, because you didn't disclose this one little thing, or you maybe had an issue with your healthcare as a child, well, we'll find an excuse to make sure that you can't get that life-saving treatment. That is violence. That is violence. It's
profit.
Violence for profit. And they know that. And this guy who was murdered knew that too. And
he benefited from him every day. He bought giant house. He had tens of millions of net worth.
And that is on the carcasses of, I don't know how many people, tens of thousands at the very least. 44,000 people die in this country annually due to a lack of health insurance. And so it's just completely unnecessary. It's a completely unnecessary middleman that's just there to extract profit for very wealthy people. And frankly, because we have a system where there's so much passive income and this like investment Wall Street structure where growth is both impossible but necessary for the system that supposedly is perfect to work forever, endless growth, where like these health insurance companies, they balloon, they get to a certain point where people need health insurance. Like the market is saturated, and this is maybe part of why the Obamacare piece of subsidizing, pushing people towards private insurance ends up creating a situation where like now they have more of an ability, I think, to throw their weight around as these mafia middlemen.
Yeah.
It is the I lost my train of thought. Shoot.
Oh, sorry.
But it's that very fact, I think, also contributed to why this pain is so widespread, is because everybody's had to deal with this. And even when you are insured, you're like, what the hell have I been paying for? What have I been paying for? I've been paying like a chunk of my paycheck, or I'm doing this through the state and it's subsidized or whatever. I'm paying like $1,200 a month for my insurance.
It's like you cancel your insurance, right? And the day after your insurance expires or you cancel it, some shit happens.
And then I still get denied. What do you think people are going to do when they hear that? They're going to react.
It's the Patient Protection and the Profiteer Protection Act, which is ultimately what Obama was. These behemoths are creations of Romneycare / Obamacare. And like, they are publicly traded. So it's not just the benefit of Brian Thompson, it's every freak shareholder. And I can say this, I don't own stock. I'm not from people who own stock. I don't own stock. I think that shareholders in general are maybe one of the most calamitously destructive class of people in existence. So all these people who own United Health stock, they get the benefit of it. And that investor meeting went on absolutely immediately without a hitch after Thompson was gunned down in the street, because all those people are worried about is how much money they're going to extract from this system that should not exist, but that was protected and put here by Obama. And the Democrats, like this idea that the Democrats might be able to harness this. I saw Rick Perlstein say that. I would love it. That's why I vote Democrat, because that's the party that should be. It's corrupt. There are so many corrupted. Kamala Harris got more money from United Health than the entire Republicans plus Donald Trump's presidential campaign combined. Damn. This is an urgent problem. And to the extent that we fall into fascism, it's because we are corrupt by entanglements like this that are ruining everyone's lives and killing and bankrupting their loved ones.
Yeah, and you wonder why people don't think the economy is working for them, because
their rent and their healthcare.
It's incredible. It's the rent, exactly. But people, like, we privatize essential needs, like someone's healthcare. If you're not going to just let your grandma die or your aunt with cancer die, they have to go to the hospital, and we take people at their lowest and then soak, like just extract all of this money from them. For what end? It's for so people can continue to get rich. And to my point about just like the endless growth and under capitalism, why it's nonsensical, we're seeing this also with big tech, where these companies get so big, there's a flood of investment at their outset, and they have a utility at the beginning that makes some measure of sense. But because if you're delivering for shareholders, you have to always be growing. Endless growth. You have to always be delivering for them and continuing to do so. What incentive does that create except more extraction, specifically if it's about not just like scrolling on your phone or Instagram or Facebook and they're selling your data or whatever. This is about things that people need to survive.
The AI thing was sold to shareholders.
Right. And so this is why these kinds of things have to be taken out of the marketplace, because endless growth under capitalism should not be determining our system for healthcare. And that's why people are so angry. And anyway, I just love Bill Burr, and hope he keeps doing podcasts and getting himself out there, because to be a white guy comedian, you don't also have to be a racist, misogynist piece of garbage. Unlike what you hear at the comedy mothership down in Austin. Give me a break. Go Bill Burr.
Yeah, by the way, into the sort of complaint that actually if you have a 401k, you might be invested in one of these companies too. I don't have 401k. 401ks benefit mainly rich people. So I think if you are leaning on that argument, it might reveal a class positioning.
Brennan from Missouri, Engels coined the term social murder for a reason.
It's a very, very important concept. I would say maybe one of the most important that Americans could understand at this moment. What killing is legal and what killing isn't.
Jody from Chicago, Illinois has its own insurance plan called Country Care. When I was on Blue Cross Blue Shield, they left me with a $1,500 bill in a month for my Humira. On Illinois Medicaid County Care, it's only $3 a month. Mr. Melancholy.
Sorry, I have to jump in on the 401k thing. I'm not saying they're evil, but I'm saying if you have followed this show and the way we talk about this, it has not worked out to the promise, and it has mainly benefited and exacerbated inequality. So that's about 401ks. It's not you individual should disinvest or whatever. This is not personal finance advice. This is broader political economy. Go ahead, Emma.
Well, I mean, it's also not like if you have a 401k because you don't have a pension, like that's.
We should have more pensions.
We should have more pension, but this is the same incentive that we were talking about. Why did we move away from pensions?
Well, they were talking about it. They were trying to say that like the tariffs and stuff is gonna. We're saying that the tariffs is gonna be bad for Americans if we're trying to import stuff or whatever, that we might have to pay a tax on certain things that we want that come from overseas. Also too, y'all, we're talking about if you use like WhatsApp and certain apps and stuff on your phone, you have to probably send your messages or speak kind of cryptically. Don't really put your personal information out on there, which that's hard. Your personal information is on your phone. But they said there's a lot of hackers actually breaking into people's phones because they use certain apps and stuff like that. And guess who they blaming? Guess where they saying the hackers are from? China. So big whoop, I know some of this to be true. There's a lot of scam centrals, Chinese hubs where I'm at, but they prey on tricks, bro. I don't know. I don't know how far that will go, but okay.
Right, where it was it was not susceptible in the same way to market influences because 401ks are within.
I don't know how far that would go, but they're really trying to scare the people with tariffs and stuff like that. A lot of people don't really import shit like that, or most people won't pay a tax for certain things that are already imported, but they try to hand down that, you know, that charge if you do get charged for something. Warmaster says, shouts to Warmaster Miss V in the building. Warmaster said, government increases the cost of business. That's why there are no pensions. Ah. Damn, just get rid of it. Why don't you? That's crazy. Yeah, I've seen places do like real shady shit. You know what I'm saying? Like they try to get rid of people. Like if you are under an old contract and they promised you a bunch of shit, and you stay with the company for a long time, yeah, they're gonna try to get your ass up out of there, so they don't have to pay you. At least try to get you fired. You know, cold world, man. I'll just keep this going real quick.
The Wall Street system, it's to enrich.
Shout outs to Bill Burr too.
Those same people who are skyrocketing to the very top
Give
of
Wall Street more money to play with.
the income bracket because they do that through basically making bets on Wall Street.
Yep.
And it created these pensions. Oh, they're like very fixed and they're not a part of Wall Street investment money, right? Like this is just it made
inefficient.
It's more like an actual retirement fund. No. Let's do 401ks instead. And so we've put so much of our capitalist society into a glorified casino.
Yep.
And we need to be taking these essentials piece by piece out of that system.
Yeah, and you know, I have parents who the one exposure they did have to the stock market was through 401ks, and they had to work longer because of 2008. So
right, and that's the downside of that. But you know what? Some other people got rich because that drove up stock for, you know.
Oh, it's been really good for all the people, controlling that money.
I'm seeing that more too. You got a lot of people that are mad at like the crypto guys and the stock guys. And it's more so because they don't trade. You know, certain people benefited off of, off of trading. But they don't trade, so I don't know.
LOL says this show fucking sucks when Sam is gone. Well, sorry about that.
It's gonna be a nice, fun week for you.
Different flavor, I'd say. Fierce Deity says, "What is this guy on about? The mandate literally is gone."
I was going to get to that point too, but it seemed like kind of in the weeds and irrelevant, frankly, compared to what we're actually talking about.
Droid Duder says, Matt's right. Remember the death panel accusations about Obamacare? I always said that's literally what insurance companies do.
Yep.
Killing has always been fine when it's for profit and detached by processes and middle managers.
And Obama and his, health insurance buddies probably didn't mind that the government was going to be accused of being a death panel. On that, it probably protect them from the left flank.
New voter 2024. You're right, Emma. We can't go on like this with CEO making money off the people who are needing help. Hardened Jimmy Pesto said people love that con artist oncologist ProPublica did an expose on. People need their system on their side for stuff they don't have the training to understand. Pete Perlman, I had United Healthcare policy about 10 to 15 years ago, and because of my procrastination and disorganization, I came across a letter they sent informing me that my premium was coming due. Unfortunately, it came across 2 or 3 days past the date. They denied me the right to reinstate the policy and were intransigent about it, no matter how articulately argued the point, even though they had the discretion to reinstate it if they did decide to, if they wanted. I was furious and put several hours into trying to persuade them and talking to a bunch of people up and down the hierarchy. Now there's no way I would choose them or use them for anything.
Delay, Deny, Defend is, I believe, that book title.
Yeah. And what we need to break through is the myth that has been, I think, engendered in this country that, like, you're smart enough to navigate this system. right? You know, that I am that Pete that you say about how you argued and you made all of your points. It doesn't really matter because this because the system isn't designed to actually help you. That would make sense if you were arguing with somebody who was there to provide you with healthcare. Like, hey, I messed up on this. They are more profitable when they deny you healthcare because they get your insurance money and then they don't have to pay out. I mean, when you say it like that,
imagine if I got money for denying a call.
Right.
Nope.
Let's give Matt money not to show up for work, right? Would you still come in? It makes no sense.
It doesn't make any sense. These corporations were created by the government. We actually had an interview. Maybe I got to find this. An interview with a guest on this, on the corporate or the public creation of corporate insurance. These are constructs. These are not natural things.
I know. And but people have such a lack of imagination or historical knowledge. So they just think everything that is in front of them is how things have always been.
Hey folks, don't forget to hit the subscribe.
That's interesting. Hold on. I didn't know I could do that. Shout out to everybody in the building, man. It's Player Talk Radio. Give me 1 second. I can find this. Hold on. Everybody's still going off on Medium Man. Don't tell me right now that the old manosphere is choosing to have a little civil war with these new people now. Now all of a sudden, new people are annoying the manosphere. They don't even acknowledge anybody here, so I don't know how that can happen, but all right, hold on. I wanted to go into a topic that we didn't get to touch on yesterday. I wanted to go in on that cooking with Kaya topic, but it evolved overnight on TikTok. They're really trying to pin PDF files on black men. They try to say the girl was 17. I think she's like 23. And they're still trying to make it a thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, that's even worse. You know what I'm saying? It's like, whatever. Hold on, y'all. Alright, nothing is going according to plan. Nothing is going according to plan today, y'all. Alright, let's get into this real quick. Want to check this out.
Why is it that the people who stand out the least often endure the deepest wounds? Sigma males, the lone wolves of society, are known for their independence, introspection, and self-sufficiency. They prefer solitude over shallow connections and value quality over quantity in relationships. Yet, despite their reserved nature and careful selection of close bonds, betrayal often finds its way into their lives. Is it because they're misunderstood? Or because their quiet strength is mistaken for emotional detachment? Studies in social psychology reveal that betrayal often occurs in relationships where one party feels intimidated or insecure. And the Sigma male's enigmatic nature can unintentionally trigger such emotions. But betrayal isn't just about actions. It's about broken trust, the silent crack in the foundation of relationships. For a Sigma who treasures loyalty above all else, such betrayals cut deeply. Let's explore why Sigma males, despite their best efforts to guard their hearts, are often betrayed by the very people they trust the most. Reason 1, their independence breeds resentment. Sigma males pride themselves on being self-reliant. They don't lean on others for validation or emotional support, which can be both a strength and a vulnerability. While most people admire this trait, those closest to them can sometimes feel alienated or unneeded. Resentment often creeps into relationships when one person feels overshadowed or undervalued. The Sigma male's ability to navigate life without relying heavily on others can inadvertently make those around him feel insecure. They might question their importance in his life or misinterpret his independence as indifference. This resentment can fester over time, leading to betrayal. A friend might gossip behind his back, a partner might act out to provoke a reaction, or a family member might undermine his decisions. These acts are often born out of a desire to regain a sense of control or importance. What the Sigma male values as self-sufficiency, others may perceive as emotional distance. And while his intentions are never to push people away, his natural demeanor can unintentionally create a gap that others fill with insecurity or frustration. Ultimately, the Sigma male's independence, while a cornerstone of his character, becomes a double-edged sword. It protects him from superficial relationships, but leaves him vulnerable to deeper betrayals from those who misunderstand his nature. Reason 2, their success sparks jealousy. Sigma males rarely follow conventional paths. They carve their own roads, often achieving success in unexpected or unconventional ways. Whether it's mastering a niche skill, building a business, or living a fulfilling life outside societal norms, their achievements often leave others in awe, and sometimes in envy. Jealousy is a silent but powerful motivator for betrayal. When those closest to the Sigma see his quiet success, they may feel inadequate or competitive. Instead of celebrating his accomplishments, they may resort to undermining him to soothe their own insecurities. This betrayal can take many forms. A friend spreading rumors to tarnish his reputation, a colleague sabotaging his efforts, or even a partner belittling his achievements to feel superior. The Sigma male often doesn't see it coming because he doesn't flaunt his success or compete with others. He's too focused on his own journey to notice the shadows of jealousy forming around him. What makes this form of betrayal particularly painful is its proximity. Sigma males keep their circles small, so when someone within that circle turns on them, it feels like a violation of their most sacred space. For the Sigma, jealousy isn't just a reflection of others. It's a reminder that his unique path can sometimes isolate him, even from those who claim to support him. Reason 3, they value loyalty over superficiality. Loyalty is non-negotiable for a Sigma male. He doesn't care for shallow friendships or fleeting connections. Instead, he invests deeply in a select few, expecting the same level of commitment in return. But not everyone shares his unwavering sense of loyalty, and this mismatch can lead to heartbreak. The Sigma male's trust isn't given lightly. He observes, tests, and evaluates before letting someone into his inner circle. Once he does, he assumes that person values the relationship as much as he does. This assumption, while noble, can make him vulnerable to betrayal. People who betray Sigma males often do so because they don't fully understand the depth of his loyalty. They may view him as aloof or assume that his quiet nature means he won't notice or care about disloyalty. But nothing could be further from the truth. For the Sigma, betrayal isn't just an action, it's a breach of an unspoken code. It's not about the betrayal itself, but about what it represents. A failure to honor the mutual respect and loyalty he holds dear. This misalignment in values often blindsides the Sigma male, leaving him questioning not just the relationship, but his own judgment. Yet it's in these moments that he reaffirms his commitment to only surround himself with those who truly understand and respect him. Reason 4, they don't play social games. The world thrives on unspoken rules, subtle manipulations, and social games that most people play without a second thought. Sigma males, however, operate on a different wavelength. They reject these games, preferring honesty, authenticity, and straightforwardness. This refusal to play along can unsettle others, especially those who thrive on control or manipulation. For some, the Sigma's refusal to conform is seen as a challenge or even a threat. They may interpret his detachment as arrogance or his authenticity as a weapon. This often sets the stage for betrayal. People who are used to controlling or outsmarting others may feel frustrated by the Sigma's unyielding nature. Their inability to manipulate him can lead to attempts to sabotage him instead. For the Sigma, this betrayal is particularly disheartening because it stems from his refusal to compromise his principles. He doesn't engage in gossip, backstabbing, or petty rivalries, yet he often becomes a target for those who do. This clash between authenticity and manipulation highlights the stark contrast between the Sigma male's straightforward approach to life and the convoluted dynamics of the social world. It's a betrayal born not of his actions, but of others' inability to control or define him. Reason 5. Their silence is often misinterpreted. Sigma males are masters of silence. They don't speak unless they have something meaningful to say, and they prefer to listen and observe rather than dominate conversations. While this trait gives them profound insights and emotional depth, it can also be a source of misunderstanding. To some, silence is unsettling. It's a blank canvas onto which they project their own fears, doubts, or insecurities. People may interpret the Sigma's quiet demeanor as judgment, indifference, or even disdain, none of which are true. This misinterpretation can lead to betrayal, as those closest to the Sigma might act out in an attempt to provoke a reaction or test his loyalty. What they fail to realize is that the Sigma's silence isn't a—
My bad, I wanted to check this out. My bad, hold on. Shout outs to UFO Kamikaze in the building. Good to see you. You said SUV-sized drones being seen in New Jersey and above military bases coming from the mothership. You said drone off the East Coast that's been out there for over a month, landed to recharge and or refuel. You said the exact description from your government. Yeah, I mean, I don't know about the whole alien shit. You know, I think, like I said, I do believe there is aliens. They're smart enough not to fuck with us, but people don't care no more, man. It's like people, the government is telling us that aliens are out here, and people are like, I gotta go to work tomorrow. Now, if that alien's picking my ass up and taking me to work, cool. Shit, at this point, people, you gotta tell people don't have sex with aliens. At this point, people are looking for some type of extraterrestrial to come and save them. Human beings are wilding out. You dig? At this point, you ain't got shit to lose. Just as long as somebody don't shoot one of them niggas and start war with one of them, I think we might be good, but I don't know.
About them, it's a reflection of his inner peace and focus. But when his quiet nature is met with betrayal, it confirms one of his core beliefs. Trust is rare and must be earned. For the Sigma male, such betrayals are painful lessons in the fragility of human connections.
Right.
But they also reinforce his commitment to staying true to himself, even in the face of misunderstanding. Betrayal is one of the most painful lessons in life, and for a Sigma male, it cuts deeper than most would imagine. Why? Because he doesn't give his trust lightly. His relationships are built on a foundation of loyalty, respect, and authenticity. Qualities he treasures more than material success or social standing.
Right.
When someone close to him betrays that trust, it's not just disappointing, it's transformative. But here's the thing about Sigma males. They don't crumble under the weight of betrayal. Instead, they rise stronger and more resolved. They use betrayal as a mirror, reflecting not just the flaws in others, but the areas where they themselves need to be more discerning. It's not about dwelling on the pain. It's about learning from it, moving forward, and guarding their peace even more fiercely.
Right.
For those who betray a Sigma male, there's often regret, but by then, it's too late. Sigma males don't hold grudges, but they rarely offer second chances. Once a line is crossed, they distance themselves not out of spite, but to protect their emotional well-being. Their silence after betrayal speaks louder than any confrontation could. And what about those who cherish the trust of a Sigma male? They know they've found something rare. A Sigma's loyalty is unwavering, his support genuine, and his presence irreplaceable. To be in his inner circle is to be valued deeply. but it's also a responsibility to respect the trust you've been given. If this resonates with you, take a moment to reflect on the relationships in your life. Are you surrounding yourself with people who uplift you or those who might betray your trust? Share your thoughts below, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more discoveries into the world of Sigma males.
All right, my bad, y'all. Just have to get that out the way. Said they're afraid to shoot down these drones because they don't understand the yeah, shit, I'd be afraid too. And then imagine the first shot that you take at a drone, it telegraphs or counters the shot. That's your ass. It's like, oh, that's what we doing. And I heard too, we got the technologies for technology for actual lasers. So that's interesting. You know, we're about to be interesting as fuck in the future. You know, now my hand didn't turn white again, man. It's gonna be permanently white soon in a minute, man. Shoot, dealing with black people, man. All right, let's get into the show real quick. Everybody's mad at Cooking with Kaya because she shakes her ass and twerks while she cooks food. I don't know if they mad because the food probably look good. I don't know if they mad because she young. I don't know if they mad because she got tattoos all over the place and she can cook. It's sad that we're living in a day and age right now that if you can cook, you automatically stand out in a world full of Uber Eats. And all kinds of shit. Let's go.
Welcome to another video. Cooking with Kaya. Cooking with Kaya. Cooking with Kaya.
Welcome to the Coffee Pod. My name is Tisha Zed. All right, so the internet's found another thing to be upset about. Of course, here we're talking about Cooking with Kaya. That's the young lady you see there on screen, and the young guys love it, man. I've had a few people send this to me, and this reminded me of another video, because who would have thought in 2024 that if you're a woman, whether you're cooking for your man, your husband, and that last video I reacted to, because this reminds me, right? Because the thing she does is that she shows the plate and then she does the dance. It reminds me of another video of a wife who was also doing the same thing. Who would have thought that's all you needed to do today to get the attention of all men, young and old? So a lot like the wife that I covered in the past, who bring the plate to the camera and then she'll have it in front of the camera and you feel like she's handing you the food. I was thinking it was crazy that those videos were getting the type of attention they do, but I guess that's what happens when you have people who are set on going one way, right? I guess that's what happens when you have a society of women who majority of them want to be boss babes. They don't want to be in the kitchen. It's disrespectful.
Can't cook.
It's disrespectful. They don't like that coffee.
I would not drink bean juice.
They don't drink bean juice. They don't want to go into the kitchen and cook. They're disrespected when they hear that. Then you stand.
Well, cooking is a green flag if she can cook, though. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't advise you guys to just eat anybody's food. You know? But shit, we live in a society right now where guys are cooking more. And then, you know what shocked me? You know what shocked me, honestly? On the Pop the Balloon show, there was more dudes on there that had actual clothing lines. And they were wearing their actual clothes. You know, I thought, you know, the clothing line thing was a woman's thing. Because it used to be a woman's thing, you know? Back in the day when women used to know how to use a sewing machine. Or not even a sewing machine. Just, you know, she knew how to draw. And, you know, they were, you know, into designing and stuff like that. But nowadays, you see a lot more guys got clothing lines, which is crazy, you know? I remember back in the day when they tried to introduce it. Remember they were calling it metrosexuality? Man.
Stand out. it's rare when you actually see women doing this. They get upset. They'll say, oh, you're setting women back 50 years. But that's all that this is. She cooks. She does the dance. They are triggered over this video. Think about that.
Cooking with Kaya is just another example that y'all ain't really girls. And I just love how y'all keep exposing y'allself that the girls thing ain't real. I've been saying the girls thing wasn't real for a long time, and everybody thought that I was just being mean. But now everybody's finally getting to see that I wasn't being mean. I was being honest. It's not real. Y'all are mad, and I'm going to say jealous at the fact that there's a bunch of men making videos talking about how attractive this Cooking with Kaya girl is. And she is a nice looking girl with a nice natural body. And y'all are sitting up talking about, I don't get the hype. I don't get the hype. Let me sit you down and look you in your face when I tell you this. It's not for you to get the hype. It's not for you, right? If men are getting online and saying that they find her to be attractive, you questioning why they find her attractive.
Not gonna lie, I don't even think lesbian stud women get cooked for like that. Real talk. I don't even think the lesbian girls get cooked for like this.
It's weird. These men keep telling y'all that they like natural women. They want a naturally attractive girl with a nice fit body. She fits all of that. She got a nice natural face. She got a nice natural body, right? But y'all are so hung up and so brainwashed by these BBL, outrageous proportioned bodies that you just find it so hard to believe that men could just like a natural fit body. Like you can't fathom that because you're so brainwashed that you think that out of proportion body is what everybody wants because that's what you want. That's what you think look good, right? You think all that makeup with them bust down wigs is what everybody wants because that's what you like, right? You like that Jada way to look. You like that Ari look.
That's a very good point, man.
Bust down wig.
I hate that I'm using this example, but you know they have these studies about OnlyFans models and
I didn't get a chance to do it on the last show. I had Cooking with Kuda, but shit. So they tried it on TikTok. They tried to say she's 17, but no, she's 23 and up.
OnlyFans models that are really, really popular look really average, almost attainable. So it speaks to the fact that at the end of the day, men really aren't very drawn to the exaggerated BBLs and everything else. Terrible example. I know, terrible example. But this whole thing is kind of a really interesting phenomena. And maybe we're so far into technology and so far gone, detached from feminine women of all, you know, demographics, races, ages. It's just to see a woman who's in the kitchen cooking a good, pleasant meal, who seems like she's also pleasant to a lot of guys. They'll sit there and watch. I'll be like, wow. It's a rare sight to see.
So you assume that that's what every man must fantasize about. No, it's not. It's not. And they keep telling y'all that. But again, because y'all are still so silly and stupid that you keep mixing in what men like to sleep with, what men lust after versus what men actually like, because you still can't separate that in 2024. You still keep defaulting to this BBL bust down Instagram baddie look as being every man's dream. And it's not.
A bust down wig is fucking wild, y'all. I don't even know why I'm looking at it the same way. Like, you know, people look at bust down Rolexes and watches and stuff. But let's get to the poll real quick. We got 13 votes. Which sex hate on the younger, I should have said hate on the younger sex more, or the younger crowd more? 8% said old men. Damn, 62% says women definitely hate on younger ones. 23% say they both bitter as fuck. They are bitter as fuck. And 8% say old is gold. Interesting. Let's see how it goes the further we go. Hold on, give me 1 second. Let's see how this goes the further we go. You said wigs by definition are for bust downs. Yeah, but yeah, no, I know what you mean. But you know how like when you get a Rolex or the rapper Rolex, right? It's like when you get like a Rolex or an Audemars or like, you know, any of those high quality Tag Heuer, you know, high quality watches. What rappers do is that they bust them down, and some of them put like certified diamonds in them. But the moment you put fake diamonds in a Rolex or a watch or whatever, it loses its resale value. They look really nice and they look good. I think they got to get cleaned a little bit more too. But the moment you put those diamonds in that watch and flood out the base and put the boogers in it and bezels and all that other stuff in it, that watch significantly drops in value. You cannot sell that watch. Like, it will turn a $10,000 watch to $2,000. Easily. What Jay-Z said in Imaginary Players, those ain't Rolex diamonds. Those ain't Rolex diamonds. What the fuck you done to that? Where's all the ice on with the platinum up under that? Like, it devalues the actual, you know, it devalues the actual item. You know, whereas a $10,000 Rolex in good condition can go up, you know, depending on the make and model. You know, what's going on, Gail? Good morning. Happy holidays, y'all. Y'all hit the like button on the way in. Share the show. Let's get back to it. It's Player Talk Radio.
Your dream. You want to look like those girls.
Well, a bust down wig is funny as hell. Like it's like damn, shorty, what you do to your wig? Bust down wig.
Girls, you want to be those girls, and you're projecting it onto me.
I've seen this lady.
You know, the first female content creator who really showed me that men will sit, not just women, but men will also sit there and watch a woman cook was Nara Smith. Everybody was talking about her. Of course, you had the haters, but also you had people who were praising her, and she's on another level, right? It almost seems like it's not real. It almost seems fake. But then you're watching her do the stuff that she's doing, and you're thinking to yourself, wow. And I can imagine if you're a man, because the chicks who are really upset are the chicks who have like men, and they don't like the snarky comments of the Cooking with Kai. I don't know. I don't know her name exactly. Let me see. I think it's Cooking with Kai.
Well, the food brought all the boys to the yard, and the twerking made them niggas stay.
Yeah, Kaya, Cooking with Kaya. There we go. They don't like the, hey, you should cook for your man before I do. But you have Nara Smith, who started the video off with, my husband was craving steak at 1 a.m., but we didn't have any. So I snuck into a farm and strangled a cow with my bare hands and brought it home and slaughtered it and fed the family. She literally has a video titled, I kid you not, my husband wanted Coca-Cola and we didn't have any, and I made it from scratch. Not coffee here. We're not talking about coffee, and I love coffee, right? That's like, you know, a few ingredients. She showed herself making Coca-Cola from scratch. It was incredible.
But she didn't put no cocaine in it. Bet she didn't put. She probably did.
Here's why Cooking with Kaya is taking the internet by storm right now. At least TikTok, from what I've seen. Maybe it's just my algorithm. I don't know. But yes, okay, she's shaking a little.
Shout outs to UFO Kamikaze. He said Hollywood has people imagining an invasion / takeover at some Independence Day type event. While meanwhile, all it will take is disabling the military's capabilities, and they'd be reluctant to admit it. Well, look, I think it scares us more in the West than it scares everybody else, because other countries know they can be invaded. Not just by aliens. America almost shit itself when we was in that Cold War and Cuba was in our backyard. You know? So yeah, we do have a special fear of some basic shit in the West. Hold on, y'all. Hold on, give me 1 second, y'all.
He showed herself making Coca-Cola from scratch. It was incredible.
Here's why Cooking with Kaya is taking the internet by storm right now. At least TikTok, from what I've seen. Maybe it's just my algorithm. I don't know. But yes, okay, she's shaking a little something. The plates that she be making be looking good. And she's a beautiful young lady. But there's another element to this that I feel like is not being talked about.
And that's crazy. Something that's just cooking a meal and your man gonna be gone. Ladies, let me ask you a question. I know this is a no-brainer, but let me ask you a question. Let's say your man is not, let's say, directly cheating on you, but he disappears, goes to another lady's house, and gets a meal cooked for him. Is that cheating? Is that cheating? Some women will say, hell yeah. And I think a woman that actually cooks for her man would say that. Hold on. Hold on, y'all. All right, we should be back. So yeah, if your man sneaks off to go get a plate from another chick's house, no sex, I think a lot of women would consider that cheating. And no, he doesn't bring you back a plate. Because that's crazy if the side chick can cook better than the main chick and have both of y'all in the comatose.
About, and it's the fact that she seems like, and again, I don't know her, I'm saying this strictly based off of the way that she presents herself.
Yeah, I think so too, War Master. I think if another country actually like invades, just off the paranoia that Americans have, yeah, I think that first country would get fucked up pretty bad.
Self on social media. It seems like she's the type of girl where if you went over her crib or she came over to your crib or you took her out or whatever the case may be, right, whatever activity, she would just make the activity fun, right, just from her like lighthearted personality. Like she seems kind of like playful and she seems really like girly in a way. And yeah, we can get into the conversation about masculinity and femininity. She presents herself in a very feminine way, But the thing that people don't understand is that there's two sides to femininity. The same way there's two sides to masculinity. There's your dark feminine energy and there's your light feminine energy. And it's the same thing with masculinity. And by the way, men have feminine energy and women have masculine energy. Everybody has both. So I'm not making this a video that's exclusive to women, by the way. But I don't think people realize how rare it is in 2024 going into 2025 to witness a woman who's like in her light feminine energy by default. Because a lot of what we're seeing now is we have women who are in their dark feminine energy. And I'm not saying good or bad, I'm just saying light and dark. But we have a lot of women who are in their dark feminine energy who are saying that they need to be prompted to be or to reside in their light feminine energy. What does this mean? Light feminine energy is when a woman is playful and she's kind and she kind of has just like that light-hearted aura about her. Go look at Cooking with Kaya's videos and you'll know exactly what I'm talking about.
Okay. I get where he's come from. All I'm thinking is this next generation of men, they've been starved of pleasure.
You almost at the hand of correction, War Master, the right hand of retribution, bro.
Isn't feminine women. They've been starved of pleasant feminine women, for sure. For sure. Which is why a lot of like Gen Zers, which is why they're leaning more conservative, and a lot of the women that they have to deal with are just getting more liberal by the year.
When I made that video talking about that woman cooking for her husband and stuff, a lot of people were like, oh, you talking about Cooking with Kaya. I'm like, who the hell is Cooking with Kaya? And I went to look her up, Cooking with Kaya. I'm like, oh my Lord. Cooking with Kaya, oh my Lord. She find them. And this just goes to show you how simple-minded men are. All you got to cook for us and throw a little ass. Cook, throw a little ass. Cook, throw a little. Those are two things. That's all a man wants. Cooking and a little bit of egg.
Women know this though. I don't know why dudes keep acting clueless.
I'm looking at Cooking with Kaya. Fine, beautiful. I'm like, yeah. I'm like, let me go find it. I went to go look for her special. She don't have one. Fellas, you can stop looking. Cooking with Kaya. She have legit recipes. She got a YouTube channel trying to show me how to cook French toast, and like, I'm happy and mad at the same time. I'm like, you know what? She probably just got recipes for real. That's all she got. She got legit recipes. She don't got no special recipes. She got, but she still
your ass ain't there for no fucking recipe. Why nigga?
Look good. I want to find out like a special recipe. Like, hey, Cooking, call me, girl, call me.
Yo. When he says he went looking, was he trying to find to see if she actually has like an OnlyFans link? My guy, no. Let's see if we have any comments here in response to that video. This commenter says, hey, on back of the line, somebody else here added, I was so disappointed when I got to the IG and only saw a YouTube link. Oh, man, some of you dudes are lost. Some of you dudes are lost. Looking for an OnlyFans. Now him, I think he was just joking. Or maybe not. Somebody else here added she has legit recipes. The phenomena of being able to, because she's monetizing the videos, of course, and building a following. The phenomenon of being able to make money from men watching you cook would have probably been a crazy thing to try and convince people to have.
How about Martha Stewart? How about Steph Curry's wife? I be hating when black people get a hold of shit. We be fucking shit up. Now we're trivializing cooking food. Thanksgiving just passed. Some of y'all are still trying to jazz up that dry ass turkey. Let it go. Let it go. That turkey probably still sitting in your fridge.
Asked that this would be looking at with awe, right?
Let Cooking with Kaya invite me to that house. I'm going over there.
Your fat ass ain't gonna do shit but eat whatever she pull out that damn oven. Shout outs to Chris G in the building. Yeah, the way to a man's heart is through his stomach. Yeah, keep his stomach full and no homo, nut strength. Yeah, cooking shows are fun. Cooking is like chemistry and a little bit of babysitting. You know what I'm saying? It's definitely a ritual. Certain meals are definitely a ritual. Yeah, Biden's trying to crash out, UFO. I was watching something with Putin this morning. They were trying to, you know, they kept trying to sell this fucked up image of Trump to Putin, and Putin was like, nah, he's not like that. And I'm like, man, y'all gotta understand. Two assholes understand each other. They will get along. So Trump need to hurry up and get in there so Biden don't crash out, because Biden looks like he about to crash out. I don't see them trying to impeach him or say nothing to him neither, man. But they got all the mouth of the world for Trump.
With a beer bone. I'm going over there with a beer bone. Hey, Kaya, I come over there and eat that pasta. Eat that garlic bread too. And if you want me to, I eat that.
It's crazy, but like universally with all men, Cooking with Kaya is really what we all want. She bad. She cook for you.
A lot of y'all don't know how to hold on to those though. A lot of y'all don't know how to. Some of y'all gonna have to have Kaya lead the house at hijab. I don't know, War Master. Kaya got some tattoos, man.
Bro, she just like that, bro. And it's all so simple, bro. Like when the women say it's all so simple, nah, y'all be lying. Y'all be lying all the time. Sometimes y'all want this thing one day and then another thing the next day. You know, like y'all have y'all cycle and shit. But with us, we the same every day. And that Cooking with Kaya, I ain't gonna lie, that's what we want every day. I don't skip a video, nigga. I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. Every time Cooking with Kaya pop up on my screen, I gotta watch that video. Hell, sometimes I be singing the jingle with her. Cooking with Kaya, cooking, nigga, I be ready. And it's just like, damn, bro, if I could.
I think it's so elementary school, man. Look at the jubilation in this man's face. We're gonna go to Cooking with Kaya's TikTok.
Hell, if I could have Cooking with Kaya, she ain't even
for research purposes.
She gotta be on the level of Cooking with Kaya, bro. She just, you know, just a little something.
What's going on, Mike?
Boy, I'm locking in and I'm locking that down, bro. But it's just like, I ain't found one like that yet. Damn, bro. I want to go to Kaya house.
Right.
Welcome to another video. Cooking with Kaya. Cooking with Kaya. Cooking with Kaya. Cooking with Kaya. Hey y'all, so let's talk about it because I got time today. I just have a couple questions. Number one, why do y'all be so mad when I do my little dancey dance? Like, did it tickle your feathers? Like, why are you so angry about my videos? Number two, if you're so confident in yourself, why do you take the time to comment a paragraph in my comment section telling me how I can?
Oh man, she going in on the sisters. You know she's talking about the sisters too. I haven't seen a white woman get mad at Kaya yet.
Not steal your man. You must be a little bit intimidated. And it's a joke. Nobody want that man that be cheating on you, be having you crying and throwing up.
Crying and throwing up. I'm not gonna lie, y'all. I mean, you get with a girl like Kaya, she gonna make sure you fat so your ass don't leave that house. She gonna make sure your fat ass can only go to work and home. And when you get with a good girl, like I said, you're supposed to, both of y'all, but you're supposed to get a little bit fat. You know? She kind of fat too.
I mean, y'all really be thinking I'm not a girl's girl, but I really am. Like, it's just a catchphrase. I'm just trying to encourage you to get in
like,
that kitchen.
Fuck these ladies. That's your business, lady. They're gonna get mad because she in business.
Girl, you're gonna have kids and a husband one day. Get in that
kitchen. You can't cook. And she lying to y'all about you gonna have a husband one day. No, you're not.
And last, stop asking what's for dessert. Obviously, it's me.
Yeah, I can see why they're mad.
Oh yeah, she doing that.
And she's cooking meals from scratch and talking
Obviously, it's me.
shit and encouraging them to cook. You're gonna be a wife and a mother one day. Kind of, I see why they're upset.
So I just came across this. It says, y'all really risk relationships over this? You're damn right. This is what men been waiting for. A woman like this in our community that is good looking, that has a nice body, who's excited and jubilant about cooking and being just a great woman to her man. You know, gentlemen, you know with a woman like this, when you come home, she's gonna be excited to see you. She's gonna be happy. And I tell you what, let's just make it real simple. Y'all talking about 50-50. Kaya, I'll pay 100% of your bills. I'll pay 100% of the bills for a woman like Kaya, because she's bringing more than just some boom boom, a little musky boom boom to the table. She's bringing positive energy that's gonna lift me up when I'm having a bad day. She's bringing great meals that she's cooking. And she said in the video, get up. I
mean, she is one of those girls that you can keep at home. And she's gonna be in the kitchen twerking and cooking and probably making TikToks. You might have to get over that she makes TikToks, you know? Cooley gotta train his wife to do this, man. You said, God, we need that asteroid. Well, UFO Kamikaze said something in the sky. It might be that asteroid. The asteroid's probably deciding if it want to hit us yet. Yeah, they're angry about cooking. And you know what's funny? That food probably look good as shit and they ain't getting none of it. Corporate greed, political money laundering, Croyism. I never heard that word before. Croyism. What's Croyism? Might be the word of the month. We're gonna start doing word of the month. And propaganda. Would any nuclear superpower nation be possessing nuclear weapons publicly announce their nukes suddenly, mysteriously, are no longer capable of launch? Putin's a bluffer too, though. But something when it comes to us, not the Ukraine.
Getting up before me to make my breakfast. Hell yeah, I'll go work for that woman. 100% of the bills, I got you covered. You ain't got to pay a damn thing. Just be sweet and kind and feminine. Make sure those meals keep coming in. The house is cool. I'm good. And yes, a lot of men with Kaya are starting to realize they ain't got much in their relationship and they need to be looking for better.
Well, Kaya's a muse to a lot of guys. She's a muse.
And that's why y'all mad.
Hey guys, of course I'm curious to know. Comment down below. What do you think? What do you think of this whole phenomenon of women cooking? That being a spectacle for a lot of men today. Last but not least, to my men who are engaged, to my men who are soon to be married, if you're not preparing yourself like the men who are heading over to fathershaverights.com to get legal information on how to prepare for marriage, then you're setting yourself up for failure. If you're watching all these videos and you've taken in all this knowledge and you haven't made...
Well, they're not looking for wives. And I'm surprised that there's no slight discrepancy with Kaya. See, the reason why somebody like that will go viral is because I guess she looked pookied out, and the women are like, "You're not fooling us." And that's what the guys want. The guys want the girls with the tattoos on their knuckles to cook food for them. They want the, you know. All right.
Need a single step to protect yourself in today's day and age, and you
That's
value
really the dream. You never know. Kaya probably curse her nigga out. Curse your ass out. Y'all hit the like button, support the show. Let's play Talk Radio. Let's see what Cooking with Kaya is talking about. Oh, she turning it up on y'all.
Girl, I can take your man. Just know I just did. Welcome to another video. Cooking with Kaya. Cooking with Kaya. Cooking with Kaya.
Not the blood on the. That's funny as hell. Not a brain.
Girl, I can take your man with this dinner I just.
Damn. Hold on
Girl, I
now.
can steal your man with this dinner I just cooked, bro. Take a good look.
I can steal your man.
Another video with cooking with Kaya. Cooking with Kaya. Cooking with Kaya.
Don't know how to sing, but I'm hurt. I've been trying to make my nigga quit sir. Now you trying to ring me like church. I'm a real ass bitch, can't fold. I don't need to do my own damn lunch. I don't need play like that. Count on one hand, who done had a piece of this 290. And they saying that I rap my ass off. Turn around like I can't tell. Oh well, love forgive me, I'm giving them hell.
So next I season my steak with powder, cute pepper.
Nigga that make me mad.
Yeah, she got the Anaya playing though.
I'm cute. Nigga that make me mad again.
Then you're supposed to wrap it on both sides and then take it out to the pool a little bit.
To the grave.
Add butter
I'm a
and
real
garlic
ass
back
bitch to the soul. $1 million combos on Zoom. Get wet, I don't gotta use lube. You a funny ass bitch, don't rule.
What happened to the girls in the South? I thought Southern girls cook. Guess not.
Popped out with a brand new dude. Popped out with a brand new team. Bought this milk good on tea.
So last I made like a little cheese sauce to go on my asparagus and my potato. And sorry for this video being so short. It's because the reels only are 90 seconds. And this is the finished product. Let me know what else you want me to cook. Girl, I can steal your man with this dinner I just cooked, bro. Take a good look. Welcome to another video with Cooking with Kaya. Cooking with Kaya.
She gonna be dancing on you hoes, man.
Welcome to another video.
Lord have mercy.
Cooking with Kaya. Cooking with Kaya.
She done turned the kitchen into a studio, y'all.
Cooking with Kaya. Cooking with Kaya.
Oh yeah, she got the A. Marie. She know what she's talking about.
I said you look good, pretty face, body good. I think she like me. She keep rubbing on my belly, get the mix me with the mama, then you know we get the Beyonce, but I'm drunk. I woke up in the club with my shirt off, get the.
All right.
Cooking with the twins.
Look at you niggas, man. Boy.
So cold, bitch, you hella fun. So cold. Walking in these thunderclouds, bitches hella wild. So bold.
All right, y'all overlooking the tattoos. What's going on, Clean Base? Y'all overlooking the tattoos, man. He said humans have always lived under the assumption they'd be free to eliminate all life on the planet. Yeah. Some say we did it. Some say we did it already. You said literally fuck the youth. 401k is better than a pension. Shake my head. Uh-oh. All right, hold on, y'all. Apparently these girls ain't cooking with Kaya. Hating on Kaya. Hating on Kaya. You in your 40s and you're hating on Kaya. Oh, you know, Black Ram had to chime in on it. Hold on, let's see what Black Ram said. Not Chaos Goblins. That's the Black Ram.
Cooking with Kaya. Cooking with Kaya. Cooking with Kaya. Cooking with Kaya.
All right, Ram. Shout outs to Black Ram. Let's see where Ram going with it because he's supposed to be the passport man. Y'all supposed to be zooming away from this. God damn, that food look good as hell.
What's another video? Cooking with Kaya. 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 Cooking with Kaya.
I wonder if she does what a lot of businesses do. You know how like a lot of businesses they like McDonald's and stuff like that, they would put extra oil on certain things and use the camera and lighting and everything and stuff like that. She probably got a little crew behind her. Little camera crew. That'd be a good investment.
They're gonna be cooking with Kaya, eating at Kaya's. He can stay over there. And Kaya, that same plate that he eat on.
Look at this. Don't even give a fuck how she get on the internet. Look at this. I told you it was the sisters that's hating. It be your own people.
When you wash that plate and put that plate in that cabinet, make he's staying with you.
What are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? Are you weird? I'm trying to make some food.
He said. All right, that's actually funny. He was in the kitchen dancing, talking about some cooking. That's a good one. You said, not gonna lie, when I see the left and the right going at each other about the system they created, now they want to overthrow or state it doesn't work for them anymore. It's very telling. Yeah, it doesn't serve them anymore. Absolutely.
Make he's staying with you.
What are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? Are you weird? I'm trying to make some food. You're actually.
You know what else y'all don't like about Kaya? You all are saying men are that easy, and her actions confirm that, and you hate it. Yes, we are that easy, and now a woman that's showing you all how easily a man can be pleased in order to be kept is frustrating you all. Because she's doing something outside of just existing. Kaya is uprooting your entire notion that a man should just love you for who you are. You hear that? The entire population of women running around talking about how dare she make herself useful.
Oh my God. I don't want these red pill niggas or these new niggas to come in here and ruin this shit. Just let the girl cook. Let her cook. That nigga had on a man bun. Hold on, y'all. All right, let's see if I can get this resolution to act good. I'm trying to stream at 1080p, y'all. Hold on, give me 1 second. She said, "Are you weird?"
What are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? Are you weird? I'm trying to make some food. You're actually.
You know what else y'all don't like about Kaya? You all are saying men are that easy, and her actions confirm that, and you hate it. Yes, we are that easy, and now a woman that's showing you all how easily a man can be pleased in order to be kept is frustrating you all. Because she's doing something outside of just existing. Kaya is uprooting your entire notion that a man should just love you for who you are. You hear that? The entire population of women running around talking about how dare she make herself useful. And that's the entire crux of it right now. She's making you all recognize how useless you are.
Cooking with Kaya is just another example that y'all ain't really girls. And I just love how y'all keep exposing y'allself that the girls thing ain't real. I've been saying the girls thing wasn't real for a long time, and everybody thought that I was just being mean. But now everybody's finally getting to see that I wasn't being mean. I was being honest. It's not real. Y'all are mad, and I'm going to say jealous at the fact that there's a bunch of men making videos talking about how attractive this Cooking with Kaya girl is. And she is a nice looking girl with a nice natural body. And y'all are sitting up talking about, I don't get the hype. I don't get the hype. Let me sit you down and look you in your face when I tell you this. It's not for you to get the hype. It's not for you, right? If men are getting online and saying that they find her to be attractive, you questioning why they find her attractive is weird. These men keep telling y'all that they like natural women. They want a naturally attractive girl with a nice fit body. She fits all of that. She got a nice natural face. She got a nice natural body, right? But y'all are so hung up and so brainwashed by these BBL outrageous.
She said bust down wigs. I can't get over that. But you know what's crazy? if you are going to the gym and doing your thing, having a Kaya around is not that bad. If you take your ass to the gym, having a Kaya ain't that bad. She probably would like to switch up, cooking for you in your diet and stuff like that. Hey.
Proportioned bodies that you just find it so hard to believe that men could just like a natural fit body. Like you can't fathom that because you're so brainwashed that you think that out of proportion body is what everybody want because that's what you want. That's what you think look good, right? You think all that makeup with them bust down wigs is what everybody want because that's what you like, right? You like that Jada way to look. You like that Ari look. So you assume that that's what every man must fantasize about. No, it's not. It's not. And they keep telling y'all that. But again, because y'all are still so silly and stupid that you keep mixing in what men like to sleep with, what men lust after versus what men actually like. Because you still can't separate that in 2024, you still keep defaulting to this BBL bust down Instagram baddie look as being every man's dream. And it's not, it's your dream. You want to look like those girls. You want to be those girls, and you're projecting it onto men.
Cooking with Kaya. I don't understand why y'all so upset. I just went on this girl's page for the first time and scrolled through a couple videos, watched a few to the end, and I'm genuinely trying to understand what are y'all on this hate train for? That girl's like, cooking with Kaya, cooking with Kaya. Like, it's so cute. She's literally so freaking cute. I just don't get why y'all are mad.
I think I hate to say it, but the funny part is that we black people, we are in a stage of arrested development. Because yeah, it's catchy, but we jumping around making TikTok videos, jingling, just like a 2-year-old would. You can hear a 2-year-old jump up and down talking about some cooking with Kaya. And eat, and all that other shit. We're kids, man.
What is there to be upset about? Jeez, Louis. I don't know. Cooking with Kaya, cooking with Kaya. She need to make some shirts.
Cooking with Kaya, cooking with Kaya. That's all I've been hearing for the past 3 days, bro. They even got the fire of all fires throwing shade at it.
Take my man with some ribs?
Alrighty, I'm here to explain the cooking with Kaya because I'm seeing all these women just so confused on cooking with Kaya. We just trying to see what's the hype. She ain't doing nothing. Every time it's us, y'all confused because we've been trying to find the hype over the men y'all lust over. No hate on Duke Dennis, but he don't do nothing. Like he don't do nothing but just go around tight shit. Yeah, I like that. He just do that and y'all be y'all be in full-blown relationships, lusting over Chris Brown and all these other celebrity stuff. Yeah, they're rich, famous, and can sing. I'm pretty sure that's gonna be our excuse on why y'all do it. Kaya, she's pretty famous. She has a lot of followers. She's pretty and she can cook.
Man with this dinner I just cooked, bro. Take a good look. Welcome to another video with Cooking with Kaya. Cooking with Kaya. Cooking with Kaya.
Black Ram 313 back at it again. You know why? Well, it's because this is therapeutic, man. Back in another video, hence another therapy session, man. And, when it comes to the Chaos Goblin, the subject is always enraged, always kicking up chaos here, there, everywhere. They look under rocks, they look under bricks, they scour the internet, they look through television for the sole purpose of finding something to be outraged over, man. Woo, just like if you are in a relationship with a Chaos Goblin, the subject is always trying to go through your phone and look to see where you looking and wanting to know where you're at, always kicking up drama and were you really with your friends and are you really just talking to me? And No matter where you turn with the chaos goblin, there's no peace, there's no rest, there's no chill. None of those things happen, man. It's drama and chaos consistently and constantly. And that's one of the subject's greatest skill, to be consistently and constantly upset and enraged and just can't stand society at large and probably not even themselves. So you have this lady, I don't know much about her, named Cooking with, I'm just going to call her K.
Ram was about to sing too.
The fact that some guys find her appealing, you know, she okay. I would give the subject maybe a 6 with a little bit, how can I say, a little bit of stank. Right?
Yeah, absolutely, man. For y'all that don't know, I've been in the manosphere for a long time, but the person that actually really officially put me into the space is Black Ram. All right? Black Ram officially put me, you know, like, yeah, you manosphere. I said, shit. All right. Hold on, y'all. All right. Y'all hit the like button. Support the show. You are now cooking with Kuda. Give me 1 second. Hold on, y'all. I need to screen grab some stuff. All right. You said they just like to jump around, dance and sing. We can't take a woman that actually cooks, dance and sing. No, you can. It's the aesthetic that's throwing a lot of people off. Even dudes. You know, but it goes back to don't judge a book by its own cover, by its cover. You know, a girl with tattoo on her knuckles, she can whip up a mean plate too. Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Life, you've been around for a long time. You said now people are going to accuse Black Ram of not being able to grow a beard because he no longer has one. That's how ridiculous the space has become. Yeah, yeah, he did do the clean shaven thing. Yeah, his earlier vids are legendary. BGS used to be legendary also.
Right? 6 with a little bit of stank, maybe even 5.5. I mean, you know, the subject is beautiful and young and all of those things. But I think the biggest thing is that it appears that this individual makes great meals when it comes to cooking.
He's about to say with Kaya.
Up great meals for her man or whomever. Listen, as we know, fellas, there's nothing like a woman who can get in that kitchen, man, and do her thing. And I'm talking about a lady who ain't, you know, 250, 300, 350.
And that's another thing too. Let me tell you why a lot of guys may like this cooking with Kaya chick. She doesn't, you know, oh, they like men that jump around. Okay. Well, same thing with women. But no, she doesn't seem like she's gonna keep reminding you that she cooks for you. Like, you know, some of y'all are dealing with women. She make you one rusty little ass sandwich, and you'll never hear the end of it. She make you one little goofball pasta that came out of a box. You'll never hear the end of it. She flambéed one already pre-cooked hot dog. Pause. Asking your woman to cook you a glizzy is crazy. And eating a whole blat right in front of her is crazier than that. You know, we eat glizzies in the dark. Turn the lights off, or go in the other room. Pause. But yeah, she don't seem like the type that will keep reminding you that she cooked for you.
You know what I'm saying? On the poundages, you dig? So when you have someone that you find attractive in the kitchen, cooking up a meal with care, concern, and also again,
teach her how to cook some Krenak.
In that meal with skill, ooh wee. So you have an exceptional B.A. who looks nice and loves to get.
You said leave the glizzies out of it. Nah, man. If you have two of them, if you eat two glizzies black, I said black to black. If you eat two glizzies back to back, they're called blats. BLATT. Hold on. It's called a blat. And it look like you can trust Kaya at home alone and shit. She won't burn down your damn house trying to boil water.
In the kitchen, something that in this late stage of our society, as we go toward collapse, a social collapse, economic collapse, military.
You can take her home to your mama a little bit. She might got to get some tattoos removed, but you can take her home to your mama a little bit. I think she does have a tramp stamp. But you can take her home to mama a little bit, you know what I'm saying? I know your folks gonna be asking, yo, is Kaya cooking this Thanksgiving? You know? They'd be happy to see your girl. Interesting.
Military collapse, finding someone who actually can go in the kitchen and cook stuff from almost from scratch is something that's pretty much unheard of now, especially with the younger generation. Now, my generation, I'm in my mid 40s, going to my late 40s, and you can still find some cooks.
Yeah, with a clean shaven thing, it works. I stopped doing the clean shaven thing because I look Native American. I look like a nigga named Little Bear and shit. Running Wolf. But you can still have the manly look if you got the, the Carl Winslow mustache and the mustachio and the and the clean cut. Some people can rock the clean cut. But some dudes, they hide behind the clean cut though. You know what I'm saying? I heard what's his name? What's his name that used to play for the Houston Rockets? And he got the beard. I forgot his name. And he be traveling all the fucking time. I heard he look crazy without a beard. If you have a beard for too long and you cut that shit, you'll look crazy. Rick Ross will probably look crazy. Yeah, Coyote Kuta. You say you watching a nigga eat a black, maybe sus. That's what I say. You cut the lights off or go in another room. Don't have your lady sit up there watch you eat that hot dog, even if she made it for you, or have her cut it up or some shit.
Here and there, you can still find a lady who's like, oh yeah, I know how to cook this and cook that. I don't mind doing this and doing that. But the lower you go in age, if she's 50, if you're dealing with 50-year-old ladies, or close to 60, she might be able to cook if she feel like it. In the 40s, they might be beginning to, we're not beginning, they may be cooking still in the 40s. But when you get to the ladies in them 30s, it start to drop off. I mean, you might be able to catch up 38, 39, still cooking. You might be able to catch up 35, still cooking. You might.
Older women cook. Older women cook. I think the generation that got the most problems with cooking though is my generation, the millennials, because the microwave generation. Because Gen X, y'all had easy bake ovens and microwaves and stuff. Yeah, my generation and Generation Z, especially Generation Z, they having a hard time with cooking. Then they don't like to read, so good luck with the instructions on the back of the box.
Even get lucky and find, you know.
You said Kuda's Indian name is flying off. What? I get exiled from the camp. I show up to an Indian reservation with a one wheel. I get exiled from the camp. Believe it or not, y'all, I used to work for Parks and Recreations at one point. And I'm not gonna lie, I pulled up to a tree hugger event in the Crown Vic and I felt so bad. I didn't even notice until I pulled up. Everybody had like their fuel conservative cars, their Priuses and stuff like that, and here come my crazy ass with a fucking car. Well, a truck, a lower truck, basically. You said, don't leave Kaya by herself to go to the bathroom. A nigga will dirty Mac for her. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, look, it's just funny watching, guys that were telling you to get your passport and leave the daggle alone and blah, blah, blah. We don't need game for them and blah, blah, blah. One Kaya pops out the woodworks and it confirms everything we've been saying over here. Y'all will go after a woman with tattoos on her knuckles. See, and it's not even about that too, What if cooking is all Kaya knows how to do? A lot of dudes would take it. Women can be a one-trick pony. You said electric vehicles are more harmful to the environment than a semi. The greenies lie. Yeah, a lot of them, they do lie. And then honestly, those cars get worse over time with fuel consumption. Dick. Chris G said, "You eat that hot dog where you want to. Fuck them sus niggas." Nah, in DC, shit. Somebody gonna come out of nowhere and yell, "He deep throating that joint." Somebody gonna come out of nowhere and yell, "Hey, he hey, look, y'all, he deep throating that joint." Then somebody gonna come out here and yell and make it hot. You can't eat no glizzy on the. You can't stay too close to the hot dog stand in the DMV area. Somebody gonna yell. And for some reason, when they say glizzy, everybody knows what he talking about.
32-year-old lady that can cook, but hey, that might be it. 20
yelling he deep throating that joint is fucking wild. You will fucking throw up laughing.
Is pretty much non-existent. Early 30s, kind of rare. Mid to late 30s, more cookers. 40s, you find a few, but that's rare. And then to find one who not only can cook, but is willing to cook. I remember I met a young lady, this was many years back, when I was trying to run game and, what I'm saying, with the Chaos Goblin. I had a young lady tell me that she would never cook for me because I'm a man. She would, however, invite me over if she's cooking for a group of her friends or some family. But she says she makes it a point to never cook for a man.
Probably shit testing.
And of course, the same Chaos Goblin spoke often about being provided and protected for. But for some reason, the act of
this is the thing, though, y'all. Don't ever get mad at a woman that says that she won't cook for you if you haven't tasted her cooking before. Because sometimes that make the meal overrated and shit like that. First of all, somebody that'll say some shit like that to you, you gotta worry if they're gonna poison your ass. And take this from a guy that knows how to cook better than most of the women that he's dated. And listen, I've dated some chefs. And it means something, but it kind of doesn't mean nothing also. But the one that I dated, she can cook her ass off. But it means something, and then again, it doesn't mean something in a lot of cases. Because, you know, if you date a chef, sometimes they only know how to cook one meal or a certain meal. And this is mainly while they're at work. You know, so it sometimes don't hit the same way a lot of y'all think it's gonna hit. You know? That cooking with Kaya shit is fucking catchy though. Very catchy. Very fucking catchy. You said a kitchen should not be foreign land to a chick or she'll be single. Yeah. I mean, and I would admit that's probably why a lot of dudes lost a lot of women lost their husbands to maids and shit. Like if you got a whole wife and stuff and it's not chaos going on in the house and shit like that, why do you need a maid? Anyways, let's go.
Cooking to this particular one was of particular dislike and discomfort for her. And I haven't met a whole lot.
It might be backwards. What if you want to cook for Kaya and then she turns into a completely different woman? A completely different woman.
Of chaos goblins who actually vehemently are opposed to cooking for a man. The rest of them just either they don't know how to cook, they're too lazy, or just don't care enough about said man to do so. And the funny thing is, men, we don't really expect much. We give it all. We get everything. You want us to provide, you want us to protect. Providing means time, energy, work, effort, money, all of those things. Protecting means I need to have some type of fighting skills. I need to have some type of protection skills, some type of pew-pew skills, something. And even if I don't, I need to have those things available to me. And I have to be willing to risk it all for your safety and protection. Again, as well as provide and protect. And I can't even get a home-cooked meal.
2 hours into the madness, y'all hit the like button, support the show. It's Player Talk Radio. We are in the building. What's going on, Third Ward? Shouts to Third Ward, Columbia, man. Good to see you, bro. Happy holidays, man. UFO Kamikaze said never had a relationship with a chick who didn't cook. No, he said relationship. He said Black Ram 313 looking forward to another therapy session. Yeah, man.
How is that a deal? Again, meanwhile, and I know everybody can't travel over in these other countries.
See?
They're cooking meals on the first and second date. And you can even marry a chaos goblin in America or date a long-term, provide and protect, and she still doesn't want to cook a meal. That's a lot. I mean, it's a beautiful romantic gesture for her to do so. So this cooking with Kyla lady seems to be somewhat attractive and can cook. She might also be a cleaner because sometimes those things go hand in hand.
Right.
My goodness. And all the chaos goblins are just upset because in their mind, this lady is probably considered an SIMP in their world because
or a threat.
For the chaos goblin, it's always about receiving and never giving. Never giving. They're only there to receive. So when a young lady says, hey, you know, I don't mind doing things for a man. I don't mind cooking, cleaning, or pitching in or helping out with the bills. All the chaos goblin, man, they cannot stand that, even though we don't ask for much. The chaos goblin is concerned with two things: receiving everything from you while still simultaneously being a 304. Can't even give you, you know, the faithfulness to it. Give me everything, the chaos goblin says. Oh, but over here, I'm going to still be a 304. What a deal. Again, meanwhile, other countries, other ladies, You know, they understand that there's an unspoken rule, unspoken agreement. You do for me, I do for you. I'm not going to just sit here and have you do anything. And they say, oh, well, if you go overseas as a melanated man, it's because you're thirsty, you're desperate, and all they want is your money. Well, what I have to say with that is at least you're getting something in return. They like to give out massages. They don't mind rubbing feet. They don't mind giving pedicures and manicures when you deal with the ladies over there. They don't mind cooking. They don't mind cleaning. They don't mind washing dishes. They don't mind.
Let's see what Third Ward said. Third Ward said, I never had a woman who couldn't or wouldn't cook for me. On God. Yeah, sometimes they just order food. You said it sucks for those niggas. Women be loving to cook for me. I know the feeling, man. They want us to protect and provide. Yeah, you can't be a one-trick pony. You can't just do one. But don't want us to lead them. And the reason why cooking is attractive also, too, is because you know she going to be cooking meals for your kids. High nutritious meals. I remember when one of my exes put me on a scrapple. Oh, my God. Do the toweling, man. Said, to be honest, I don't fuck with women who can't cook or refuse to do so. I ain't about to waste my time with a chick like that. Feel you. I don't know, man. Kaya probably smokes cigarettes. Oh, shit. I'm missing a goddamn shout outs to War Master dropping the huge. I missed the whole Cash App. My bad, bro. Dropping the huge. $20 on the Cash App. War Master says Kuda has to officially play Xbox. I do. You said you would think it's common sense. No, this is the thing. If Kaya cooked food, played Xbox, she might got a little bit of mouth on her, but that's cool. Sold to the highest bidder. I told you guys you can get yourself a decent girlfriend, but all of the decent women, for the most part, they wifed up. And then you might taint it if you got to steal her from a nigga or two. You might taint it. That's an option. All right, let's go.
And doing laundry. And a dinner date is much less expensive as well over there. So what is it to lose? Meanwhile, again, over here.
God damn it. My memory is shot today, man. Hold on. Shout outs to War Master. Thank you for supporting the show. Let's get it.
Wendy?
Thanks, Chuck. We're standing here in front of the Olympic Liquor Store in Queens, where scores of African Americans have been lined up for hours. We spoke to a few of them earlier. Ladies, may we get a word?
Hide the money, y'all. There's poor people around. With your broke ass.
Yeah, you got what's his name? You got a couple people going in on SYSBM, Medium Man. The white girls cook too now. Don't get mad at Cooley.
White girl, I don't give a. I'm trying this out because I don't discriminate. I'll penetrate on my mama. And for all my ops that's watching this, you a. 1 week dating a white girl. She seasons her chicken with just salt. I am terrified. Call the food police. We've been eating cheese and crackers and wine for 3 nights in a row. I am starving. My stomach is in my ass. Somebody help. 2 weeks dating a white girl. I invited her to my family reunion, but my uncles didn't say, hey, I'll see you, nephew. So I felt kind of sad. But we did teach her how to do the Cupid Shuffle, so that's progress. 1 month dating a white girl, and we just left a Billie Eilish concert, and now she's going to make green bean casserole. Oh, suck it. Yes, the night just keeps getting better. 6 months dating a white girl. We got yoga at 8, brunch at 12, and we're going to go to Yosemite Park later on. Pumpkin spice latte for the win every time.
This is 1 year dating a white girl? She's my sugar plum honey butter.
Sugar plum honey. Oh man. Well, I don't know. I mean, look, if she declares that she won't cook for you, it's probably a shit test, you know.
You have
But a lot of real dudes don't like to be shit tested like that. So hey, what shit test or no test, no contest, you know.
to take her to expensive 5-star restaurants.
That is true. You don't have to take them to 5-star expensive restaurants, but let me tell you something. When you're buying food, it will add up. When you're buying a bunch of food, it will add up. So you got to make sure you got a big refrigerator. And if she knows how to cook quality stuff, then that's even good. It's even better, you know. And yeah, you know, it might work out for you. She get the top of the line stuff. But honestly, that's good for you. I mean, you know, I mean, do you care about what you put in your body? You got niggas out here that'll shoot up heroin, but want to sniff your chicken wings when you make it. So hey,
Restaurants with Michelin stars and pay bills and get hair done and buy shoes and clothes and gifts and not even a meal in return. What a deal, American lady. The Chaos Goblins' vitriol, their anger, their angst against this Kyla lady reminds me of a scripture.
And then some of y'all haven't had a real meal in a while. Y'all might have to them Kaya meals. Y'all might have to let the meals sit in a little bit. Kaya gonna have you shitting, cooking tomahawk steaks and shit.
That I'm gonna pull out. And every time I see something like this, the first thing that goes off is boom, this scripture that I have in my mind, this Bible verse. And this Bible verse is actually that I'm gonna share is from the Apocrypha. So you won't find it in a regular KJV Bible. This is an apocryphal book. And this is 2nd Esdras, chapter 16, verse 49. I'm going to read it first in the King James Version. It says, and I have to paraphrase here. This is the tube. The tube is sensitive, but paraphrasing, it says, and I quote, like a 304 envieth a right, honest, and virtuous woman. King James Version. Again, like a 304. The 304 is one who.
Shout outs to Ram. Ram's my boy. And I get it, and I get what he's doing, but I'm going to tell y'all the truth. Y'all will go through all of this shit. Y'all will go through ancient science and mathematics and read all of this scripture and literature and still go after a thought. I mean, it's in our nature, man. Most dudes, I'm going to tell you the truth. Most dudes will fumble a Kaya.
Yeah. I ain't gonna lie, I'm getting cooked.
Most dudes will fumble a Kaya. I'm telling you some real shit. A lot of y'all don't know. Like, when y'all get what y'all want, y'all become new niggas, man. You know, I told y'all it's hard to keep a lot of women from becoming a tyrant, but those rules apply to you too, man. Those rules apply to you too.
I was fucked up. I mean, I hit rock bottom. I was disgusted then when I did it. I'm disgusted now.
What's the trade-off?
Envies a right, honest, and virtuous woman. Although we know that virtue is becoming lower and lower. But anytime the Chaos Goblin sees that virtue, it's like, you're not part of this hive mind. You're not part of this assembly line factory work that we're doing. You were an outlaw. So we have to talk about you to reel you back in. You shouldn't be here doing anything nice for men. You shouldn't.
Right.
You have to have, as a Chaos Goblin, the same level of HAT, you know, the rest that we all share. And when a lady doesn't share in that, oh my goodness, man, like ravenous wolves, they come out. And let me read this same verse again, 2nd Esdras 16:49. Let me read this same verse in the New Revised Standard Version, just to get a different translation to clarify a little bit. And this version actually kind of reversed the subject, but I'll read it anyway. And quote, again, this is a new Revised Standard Version. It says, just as a respectable
Yeah, that's true.
and virtuous woman abhors, which means H-A-T, you know the rest, a 304. Again, just as a respectable and virtuous woman abhors a 304. In other words, the 304s don't like the virtuous ladies, and the virtuous ladies don't like the 304. So you're gonna
Okay, so wait, Chris G and War Master, you guys say that you hate shit tests, but let me ask you guys a question. Because a lot of guys, the reason why they hate shit tests is because a lot of them don't know when they're being shit tested. Some guys, they hate it because the audacity. And some guys just hate to be tested in general. Yeah, the biggest misogynists are women. 100%. At least men draw a line. They don't.
always see that oil and water separate. However, again, I must say, you know, a young lady who can keep herself, you know, neat, clean, and cooking and cleaning, and not out here with a, you know, in and out, you know, monkey dancing, going from, you know, town to town, you know, D to D and all these other things. That's rare. That's rare. And even if the subject has a body count, it's rare to find one who probably isn't super and mega 304. But again, this is just indicative of the state of the dating game in the good old US of A. I thought it couldn't get worse, but month by month.
No, you know, in these other countries and stuff like that, and in Jamaica and places like that, women show off that they can cook their ass off. Women are happy and proud to cook for their man. Actually, they will show it off. Hell, your ex-wife in Jamaica will still like when the you know what a lot of women do. A lot of real women, right? Yes, I'm going there. It's a shaming tactic. You know when your kid is coming to your house, or you know your child is coming to visit you, you're co-parenting. A lot of times the mother would send food for the husband if the husband is the ex-husband or the baby daddy or whatever is sick. The mother will send food with the kid to bring to the father to eat still. And it's not like an alimony thing, it's more so of a respect thing, you know? Hell no, I don't like mental games. You said if it ain't on a real plate, don't count as dinners. Chicks know how. Shit, I'll eat that shit Kaya cooking on a plastic plate, but those plastic plates, you'll get styrofoam in the food. But you're right, UFO. You said, I know you like mental games. I know you like mental games with women. It's a sport for you, but I'm not a fan. Nah, I don't like mental games with them. I understand it, but you know. What's going on, Brian Will? Oh, Brian Will wanting the sauce. What's going on? Happy holidays, man. Good to see you. You said whose song is Who Raised You? You gotta get hip, man. You gotta type in Rollo the PM. My boy Rollo. My boy Rollo the P. Brian Will, a whole player. I'll share the game with you. Rollo the P. Who raised you? Who gave you the game? Who laced you boots? Cause you niggas is that's my shit.
Month, year by year, it gets worse. And I'm not complaining. I'm not upset because some of you guys, like myself and others, we're no longer invested. I'm not trying to run game. I'm not trying to figure you out. I'm not trying to take you on dates. I'm not trying to do any of those things. We're past that already. Now, if I want to seriously date, I take a trip. Other than that,
I'm about to use gear and tech microphone terms with women. Dudes want to plug and play woman. They want to set and forget bitch. They want to plug and play woman.
Cool with just doing my own thing while I'm in the States, as many of you. A lot of you guys don't even deal with the Chaos Goblin whatsoever, and my hat's off to you all for that. And for me, it's just about having fun with this subject, talking about it, laughing about it, because it should be nothing serious. The only time you will take what the Chaos Goblin say and do seriously is if you're still really invested. Your heart is still there. You still want the subject. You still need the subject. You're still trying to get validation and attention from it. You're still trying to pop lock and dance and get it to see you. You're trying to wear this outfit and do this and have this personality and that personality, all for a group of demons who vehemently HAT, the rest you, and has nothing for you, don't want you, don't like you, can't stand you, but yet and still, a lot of guys are singing and tap dancing. Where's your integrity is my question. But hey, to each his own. I'm not going to judge people for doing their thing. If you want to chase the Chaos Goblin and go out on endless dinner dates and, pop lock and pay bills and get nothing in return, do your thing, buddy. Do your thing. But for me and others.
Well, I mean, respectfully, because a lot of these girls, women that will do that for you, they're not getting wifed up neither. There should be a sector of passport bros that are getting married. Pay attention, y'all.
It's like me. Nah, we just look at this Chaos Goblin as a joke and laugh and a non-serious joke. I'm not saying a joke as in, oh man, you just a joke. No, this stuff is really and truly funny to me. And to see the SIMP still scramble for the bottom of the barrel, that is the Chaos Goblin when it comes to dating and relationships. The Chaos Goblin is the bottom of the barrel. Do you know what's at the bottom of that barrel? You ever been inside of a garbage can or peered inside of a garbage can, a public garbage can? The one that's, depending on where you live at in the street, for all the house hoses to dump their garbage in, there's a oily crud at the bottom of that thing that the rats, the roaches, the squirrels, and raccoons, they don't even touch that. Yeah, they're in there for scraps. They don't even touch that. So the Western world, when it comes to dating, is the...
That's true, UFO.
Garbage can. But when it comes to this big dump...
They will hate on you and your chick and Dirty Mac instead of saying, yo, does she got some friends that do the same thing that you can introduce me to? But I'm telling y'all, man, y'all got to go after some of those little Sigma girls too, women that don't be hanging around a bunch of women. Y'all got to go after those girls that be alone too. Them the ones, they be cooking their ass off. But nowadays, you can get yourself a huge chick, and she don't know how to cook.
Dumpster. Well, the Chaos Goblin is that crud, that mud, that oil, that funk, that smell that's right at the bottom. And if guys want to compete with that, again, knock yourself out. Black Ram 313, I'm out.
Shout outs to Ramathon, man. Shout outs to Black Ram 313, man. Dropping this hot lava on you, man. It's Player Talk Radio. I am the gracious host, DJ Kuda. Right back at the helm of today's show, man. Make sure you guys hit the like button. Support the show, man. Player Talk Radio. Let's get it. Let's go. Into the next video.
The government attacked specifically the family core within the black community. Because
now you got so much new faces here repeating shit that we've been telling y'all for years. And like I said, I don't be mad that they repeating the shit. They just pretend like niggas that said it never existed. Like they're the first ones to say it. Crazy.
Strike at the core and you mess up the next couple of generations. Welcome to the Don's Journey. And I know you saw the title. We're gonna be having a pretty serious, slightly
Blue Yeti,
long video, so stay buckled up for the ride. And yeah, the topic is about the black community, about how the black community needs to grow up. Okay, so first, let's talk about what brung forth this video. I've been wanting to talk about this for a while, but today was like the kicker where I was like, I need to talk about this. So basically, let me just give you a small little story, right? So I'm coming home from the gym, you know, I'm on the bus, I hop off the bus, and I'm about to go cross the street. I cross the street, and on the corner of my block, I see what I like to call them as corner boys. A corner boy is a grown man between the ages of 25 to 28 to about...
Oh yeah, and I want y'all to pay attention too. Niggas are reheating and like refried beans. They're rebooting up the Pookie and Ray Ray arch. The Pookie and Ray Ray arc is coming back. Pookie and Ray Ray gate is starting to slowly come back. Pay attention, all right?
40 plus.
Still, all these new niggas still haven't came up with new archetypes for black men.
That all they do is hang on the block, either on the corner or just on the block, drinking, smoking, no job. You know, all they do is maybe sell a couple dime bags, and that's about it. And that's how they sustain themselves. They live with their parents with no goals, don't own anything, no ownership.
You know what's funny though? In reality, that's what he sees. He just sees somebody on the block. How he know they ain't got no goals? How he know they selling dime bags? How he know they live with their parents? How he know they ain't got no goals or they ain't motivated? How he know that? Are you on the block 24/7 with them? How you know they selling dimes? How you know how much they make? Assumptions.
All they own is a couple of Murray jeans, Balmain jeans, and some Jordans. You know what I'm saying? That's what a corner boy is. And yeah, I walk past them, and mind you, it's 2:30 p.m. We got kids coming out of elementary school, kids coming out of high school, middle school, all these different things. Right? It's 2:30 p.m. Right? And like I said, you know, I like to have a little fun or whatever. I don't drink, but I like to have a little fun or whatever. But these guys are pouring up Hennessy.
And it be guys like this that want that full-fledged, like, they'll hesitate with a good woman, but he want Pookie's woman.
Don Julio, all on the corner of the block, and it's 2:30 p.m. and you have children passing by.
Sounds fun.
No decency, alcoholics, and mind you, I see these faces a lot because I live here, and these guys do this all the time. You know what I'm saying? And this kind of really made me really want to talk about us, the black community. You know what I'm saying? So let me preface this. If you know that you are not a part of the black community, like, and this is the thing though, you can be white and also be part of the black community in a small sense. Let's say like you were raised in, you know, a poor area where there was a lot of black people and you have a lot of black friends, you know, where it even take you in as like a cousin, you know what I'm saying? You can kind of, you could definitely listen. But really the only comment I want is really just from people of the black community speaking on agreeing or uplifting us, etc, etc, etc. So yeah, just want to preface this. But anyway, right, so yeah, that's kind of what inspired me making and talking about us as a community in this video. So basically, now that we went over the inspiration of this video, let's get it going. So basically, these are some of the rapid issues that I've seen. Mind you, I'm only 20, but these are a couple of things that I've seen within my lifetime that I've noticed I have an issue with us as a community. So of course, you have the big issue of the corner boys, right? You see that in the projects, you see it in poorer areas, you know what I'm saying?
This is what I'm trying to say. Like in the black community, if you mind your business, that's another thing too that a lot of people never talked about. I know I have so much times in the space. A lot of the guys that do want to critique or got words for the Pookie and Ray Ray type, they be obsessed with the Pookie and Ray Ray. They're aspiring Pookies and Ray Rays. All right, let's go.
And you see that in a lot of areas, not just in New York, but you see that in a lot of poor black areas where you just have dudes hanging on the block, drinking, smoking, selling, doing all these different things, playing loud music, trying to act all cool and whatnot. You know what I'm saying? Because guess what? You know, when a group of people don't own anything, they're gonna try to claim whenever they can, just so they can feel like they are important, like they do own something. So they're like, "Oh, we own this corner, we own this block." You know what I'm saying? That's one thing I've definitely noticed. Another big issue, and it kind of pains me a little bit to bring her up, because I used to be a fan of hers because I used to watch Jessie. That I used to watch. I've watched it like 7 times. I'm being so serious. I've rewatched that countless times. But the Sky Jackson situation. And this is why financial success doesn't immediately equal success. Like for me, you know what I'm saying? Because you can have all the money in the world but be completely empty. You can have all the money in the world, but you know, be a slave to your lower self, be a slave to your issues, your sins, and all these different things. So this is why I don't initially equate financial success to overall success. And yes, she has made financial success. Yes, she is famous and all these different things. She's an influence, which is great, whatever, cool. But she has landed herself in a weird, sticky situation where she's in a abuse, like in a weird physical relationship where she's hitting him, and I don't know if he's hitting her, but basically where she's a baby mother. And this is what I've noticed, where like there's a huge urge to be a baby.
You 20, bro. Get used to it. Get used to it. You know, dudes talking about they ain't gonna date no single mothers here. I was dating single mothers in my 20s. Get used to it, man.
Mother over being a wife, over being a bachelor.
He's getting laced with a new world.
Or over being dedicated to just one woman. There's overly over dedication to having multiple baby mothers and having multiple children by multiple different baby mothers instead of just having multiple children with one mother, with one wife. You know what I'm saying? There's like this weird thing with us, you know, that I'm noticing, and it makes me heavily uncomfortable. You know what I'm saying? Because the first thing that grows a community is family. You know, this is one of the reasons why the Jewish community is so successful, because they are big on family. And this is another reason why like Asians and, you know, like a lot of Japanese people and stuff like that, why they're so successful.
He wish he was white.
Is because everything starts at home. And when you have a broken home, that just leads to brokenness for a community. You know what I'm saying? But there's an urge to be a baby mother instead of being a wife. You know what I'm saying? Just completely embarrassing yourself in front of the world in a weird physical abuse relationship where nobody values anybody. He doesn't value her. She doesn't value him. They don't value that child because they would not be putting that soon-to-be child like just, you know, you just wouldn't do certain things like this. You know what I'm saying? And then you have social media, where it seems like social media is like this big stirring pot for like this gender war between black men and black women. And I've seen it all the time, you know, especially when I used to watch TikTok, but I see it on IG Reels and all these different things in YouTube, where you have black women crapping on black men, and you have black men crapping on black women. black women saying that black men don't want to be with black women. Black men saying that black women have attitudes and are not feminine and are masculine and all these different things. And you just have this all-out just negativity war between two marginalized people. It's just it's one of the weirdest things in the world. Instead of coming together, you're gonna just step on each other to get nowhere. You know what I'm saying? And it's sad to see. I see it all the time, and I've never understood it. And I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna finally speak on it right now. But yeah, but basically, you know, you just have a lot of that. You know, you have a lot of just negativity going around in the community over the last, I'll probably say, 20 years or so, you know, but especially in the social media era, it's been heightened greatly. But now let's go about how can we solve this large issue.
I think the majority of all black areas on YouTube and in social media has become toxic.
Issue of maturity within the black community. And the first thing is parents need to be active in black parents need to be active in their children's lives. You know, instead of throwing a phone in front of the
black parents are actually active in their kids' lives.
Face, instead of throwing an iPad in front of their face, instead of throwing a TV show in front of their face. You know what I'm saying? We need to speak and instill life and positivity within our children and our future generations' lives. You know what I'm saying? Because everything starts at the family, starts at home. You know, this is one of the reasons why, you know, I'm not trying to get into the conspiracy theories, but this is why the government attacked specifically the family core within the black community. Because you strike at the core and you mess up the next couple of generations, which is what you see right now. You see a lot of division, you see a lot of dividing. But this is what we need to do. We need to speak life. We need to speak positivity. We need to put a bigger emphasis on educating them ourselves. You know what I'm saying? We need to speak to our black sons and say, this is how you treat your future black wife, or this is how you, or just in general, this is how you treat your woman. Black daughter, this is how you treat your future husband. This is how you treat men. This is how you treat guys. This is how you do this. You know, this is how you move about this world. This is how you give off positivity. This is how you uplift your counterpart instead of bringing them down. You know, we need to remember that the parents instilling the positivity in the children is what slowly breaks down the general curses, the generational curses, the generational trauma. You know what I'm saying? We need to stay away from hitting our kids with the belt, hitting our kids with the rod, hitting our kids with the switch and all these different things, you know, in our hands, and actually utilize our words. And guess what? This takes a lot of self-awareness, which is the next thing. We need a growth of self-awareness. You know what? I am a little bit traumatized by some of the ways that my parents dealt with me when I was a kid. Or maybe I didn't like when my parents yelled at me. Maybe that has affected me now. You know what I'm saying? Maybe I do look a little stupid just sitting and standing on this block, not making any money, not having no job, not having any goals, not having any of this. You know, there needs to be a growth of self-awareness within our community to really be able to move about and break this generational trauma and grow as a community to mature. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So, like, you know, if you know that you're gonna bring a little son or a little daughter within this world, you know, be aware and be like, you know what, like, I'm a little bit effed up, you know, maybe I should not take up what my parents did back then. Maybe I should do something a little different, or maybe I should take this up but not take that up. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man, you know, we need a rise of self-awareness to really be able to move and really be able to break these curses, to break this immaturity, to break this trauma. You know what I'm saying? And it's going to take effort. It's going to be hard. It's not going to be easy. It's, you know, but this is what we need, you know, and by doing these things, breaking this trauma instilling positivity into the new future generations, the people younger than me, the people my age, and all these different things. By doing this will cause us to finally have a rise of black role models, male and female, just like how MLK and Malcolm X was in their days. You know what I'm saying?
All right, well, you young, man. You got a lot to learn. The reason why you can't do that is because they play whack-a-mole with the black community. You know, they play whack-a-mole with y'all. Anybody call themselves a leader or put themselves at the helm of something or at the top of something, they get knocked off. You know, he's still optimistic. He's young. He's tail end. Well, he's tail end millennial or middle of zillennial. Generation Beta ain't about to hear none of this shit. Generation Beta gonna be on a straight program. They gotta get y'all believing in the American dream again.
Where the church was very heavy, where the church was the role model, where the pastor was the role model. You know what I'm saying? We need to get back to that.
Nah, the church fucked us up. You said the beater definitely got some generational trauma. Yeah, I know. I'm like, you can't call these dudes Pookie and Ray Ray. You on here with the white beater and the tat showing. Not saying there's nothing wrong with that, but I'm just saying, you know, a lot of the dudes, they focus on nothing but the quote unquote Pookie and Ray Ray and the Daggle. So why does he have a hole in his shirt? Hold on, I didn't even get to see it. Damn, y'all cooking him. Y'all cooking his ass. All right, hold on, y'all.
We need to. That's the only way.
Why does he have a Yeti? I'm trying to figure that
way that
out.
we'll be able to progress. We need positive role models in front of us, not a black cartoon character. You know what I'm saying? Not what Disney's trying to do. That does nothing. They go, let's get a black Superman. Let's get a black whatever. That's not doing anything. That's not helpful towards anything. You know what I'm saying? We need more.
Disney wants Superman to be bisexual. He can do it all.
Hey, how you doing?
I'm fine, Jesse.
What's your name, man?
Sam.
Sam. And are you a slut, Sam?
I have two brothers.
Oh, okay. Are you close to them?
I am very.
And do they see you as a slut?
We're all sluts. You're a slut. All these dudes behind you are sluts. Your cameraman's a slut. Your PA's a slut. And your mic's a slut.
And what made you a slut?
Are you a slat? Are you a slat? Oh man. Shout out to everybody in the building. Hit the like button, y'all. Support the show. Let's get it.
Clean up long. Gonna be long. Y'all don't need that today. All the trash today. All this up out there. Come on, big dog. It's just wait. It's just
My studio get bullshit.
I had to throw that trash away. What done for trash?
Get your ass out of here, man.
It's just wait. It's just wait. It's sitting by the trash, so I know it had to be trash. We had to be trash. Just eat trash.
Shout out to Young Jay in the building. What's going on, player? Let's get it.
More positive role models. And how is that going to happen? By us being self-aware, breaking generation.
All right, he gotta turn off the left and right feature on his mic, because when he doesn't, first of all, he has his mic in his hand. It needs to be on a stand. And then second of all, when he goes to the left, it goes to your left ear. When he goes to the right, it goes to your right ear. So he got the the binaural thing going on. All right, let's go.
Generational trauma and speaking positivity and life into the youth. Let's start praising the family unit, and let's start praising wanting to be a husband and a wife and date to marry, instead of praising being a bachelor, praising being a baby mother, praising being a baby father with multiple kids and multiple baby mothers and stuff like that. Let's stop praising that, because it doesn't need to be. It's not something that you should aim for. It's not. It isn't at all. We need to switch our focus. We do this, man, we'll be unstoppable. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's been a lot of bumps, a lot of what do they call it? Blockades, a lot of just, obstacles, because we are very resilient. You know what I'm saying? We are simply very resilient.
Yeti's better with the boom arm.
F white people or F Latinos or whatever. I'm just simply saying that we need to we need to become unified, just like how everyone else is unified. Because let's be honest, the black community is not unified.
And then what's funny? The funny part is that we assume that other races are unified, just because our shit is getting put on blast. And the main people that put their shit on blast is black people. But we assume other races are unified. Start being nosy with people other than black people, and you'll realize they're not unified neither, as much as we think they are. Anyway, let's get back into it.
Mexicans are unified.
That's not all the way true.
Asians are very unified. Jews are extremely unified. You know what I'm saying? White people are more or less unified,
right,
except for via politics.
Right,
you got the liberals and the conservatives, but other than that, white people are very unified. You know what I'm saying? We need to come together, because we come together and it's over. You know what I'm saying? Where we'll finally have more black businesses, more the black dollar will finally start rotating within the black community, just like how the Jewish dollar rotates within the Jewish community. You know what I'm saying? We need that. This is just what we need to do. This is what needs to happen. And like I said, this is gonna be a multi-decade process, but it could be done. It could be done. And God willing, hopefully I get the platform to where, I have the audience to hopefully make my little wave and help little black boys, little black girls, black people my age, you know what I'm saying, older than me, to help wake them up and help break this generational trauma, to bring up this community, because any chance I get, I try to bring up a black business. It's just sometimes, the customer service is not good, you're treated like crap, and it's just like, come on. We need to be uplifting, we need to help each other out, this is what we need to do. But yeah, man, that's been my video. I hope that this video finds you well.
A lot of the pro wax, they stay in their own bubble. A lot of them, they stay in their own bubble. So, you know what I'm saying? They kind of, they definitely, they kind of got to come back down to earth first, and then trying to do what they trying to do. Most of them dudes haven't even been to Egypt. They be having Egypt tattooed on their back, and it's like, bro, you've never even been to Egypt. They're not trying to go to Egypt either. Irony.
A billionaire and a bunch of millionaires met last week to talk about whether the average Social Security benefit of $1,700 a month should be cut. Let that sink in. Elon Musk, giga turbo billionaire, hundreds of billions, has been deputized in an unelected role to start cutting. And he met with senators who have average net worth.
I'm a sextillionaire. I'm a sextillionaire.
In the millions. So a giga billionaire and millionaires got together and they said, what about cutting Social Security to people getting $1,700 a month, which they are entitled to since they worked for a living? Let's look at cutting their benefits. Let's look at cutting Medicare. We've got a bunch of reports on this. CNBC reports Doge's Musk and Ramaswamy want Congress to pass huge spending cuts. That's a tough sell. And it points out that mathematically, you can't do anything meaningful unless you look at Social Security.
You gotta invest in certain stocks and portfolios with REITs and stuff like that. You gotta invest in the business or certain stocks and stuff like that to get your pension or your Social Security these days. So it's not like you can just wait till you're a certain age and shit. You know, you got to invest these days or pay somebody. If you don't know something, you're going to have to pay somebody that does.
Medicare and Medicaid. I will tell you why this is the case mathematically in a moment. The article points out the duo had a day of meetings on Capitol Hill with hundreds of Republican lawmakers. Nothing is sacrosanct, was the reaction from the senators who met with Musk and Ramaswamy. Nothing is sacrosanct, meaning it's not off the table that we would look at Social Security. It's not off the table that we would look at Medicare. It's not off the table that we would look at Medicaid. And in fact, we did have this disturbing video, Fox Business reporting after this meeting that indeed, yes, Social Security, Medicare, and Medicaid are very much on the table.
Nothing is sacrosanct. Nothing. They're going to put everything on the table.
That's what they told lawmakers. Everything is on the table, and that includes Social Security, Medicare, and Medicaid.
Let me tell you why this is mathematically a reality. If you're surprised by this, if you are a factory worker in Iowa who gleefully voted for Donald Trump for strength and for the economy and for alpha and for testicular fortitude.
He sounds like a Democrat, y'all. I'm reading it.
And because Trump pretends to be 6'3", and right, whatever reason you had for voting for Trump, we now have a problem. And the problem is that they are talking about cutting $2.5 trillion from the budget. The problem with that is the entirety of discretionary spending is $2.5 trillion. You can, if you don't touch mandatory spending, Social Security, Medicare, Medicaid, if you don't touch that, you have to somehow take 2.5 trillion out of 2.5 trillion. That means discretionary spending goes to zero. So either they're not going to cut anywhere close to what they told us they're going to cut, which we knew, or they're going to have to cut Social Security, Medicare, Medicaid, or they'll have to cut not as much and take a little from Social Security, Medicaid, Medicare. That's the math of it. And for all of the bluster, you can show up at a rally sweaty and orange 3 hours late and tell people how Kamala's a communist, right? You can do that a million times.
Man.
And you can promise cuts. And Elon, or Leon, as he called him once, do I have that on my soundboard? I don't think I do. You can say it as many times as you want that Elon's going to cut and Vivek is going to cut and we're going to cut our way to prosperity. But at a certain point, the math is the math. You're obviously not going to cut discretionary spending to zero. So if you want to get anywhere close to your promised 2.5 trillion, it's going to have to come out of Social Security. The disgusting nature of a guy with hundreds of billions of dollars meeting with senators who make 180 a year and are mostly millionaires to say, how are we going to do this thing? Well, maybe the people getting $1,700 a month from Social Security will bring them down to $1,500. There's an idea. Well, but Elon's got 200 billion. We need to save by cutting pennies on the dollar from people who worked for a living and are entitled to that money. So this is an oligarchy and or a kleptocracy. Let me remind you about those terms.
Oh, what?
Oligarchy is a system of government where a small group of people, they're usually wealthy.
What's the second one?
They're usually influential. They control the country. And when you say, hey, Vivek with a couple hundred billion, I'm sorry, Vivek with a few hundred million, and Elon with a couple hundred billion, and millionaire senators, that's who will decide on Social Security benefits. That's an oligarchy. It's also kind of a kleptocracy. A kleptocracy is a corrupt form of government where leaders exploit their power to steal wealth and resources for personal gain. In some mathematical sense, that's what this is. It's about Elon's not going to pay more. Vivek's not going to pay more. The senators aren't going to pay more. We'll cut the benefits of people who made $42,000 for their careers and are now retired. Is it an oligarchical kleptocracy, or is it a kleptocratic oligarchy? I don't know. It's probably both. But this...
He was just trying to find a way to use those words, and he just wanted to use those words, bro.
This is where we are right now. And so
they're just negotiating. They didn't say they're going to take it away. They said everything's on the table. They're going to try to rework everything that's going on right now and see what's up. One master said FEMA has a bunch of workers in a tent in North Carolina for disaster relief doing nothing. Yeah, and they're getting paid. Show up and blow up. One Congress cannot obliterate one another. One Congress cannot obligate another Congress to spend money on anything. Mandatory spending is not a real thing. This dude is a fool. He needs to read the Constitution. Yeah, like he comes off as a butthurt Democrat. Because Kamala wasn't about to do shit. You know, Kamala wasn't about to do shit. So if you want to split y'all pensions or y'all 401k with Ukraine, go right on ahead. You're not going to own one missile in the end.
So in particular, building on the...
I'm glad we kind of didn't really listen to them this election term, even though black men voted 80% of Kamala, man. And I don't know if we can live that down, man.
Some of these people are about to get a rude awakening. This is the direction things are going. And I am not an accelerationist. I want to remind you that. In fact, I have an entire chapter in my book about why I believe accelerationism is wrong. It doesn't work. History tells us that you don't improve things by burning it to the ground and rebuilding it. In fact, when you do that, things often get worse for a lot of people. The people doing the rebuilding are sometimes even worse than the people who were in power previously. So I'm an incrementalist. But despite my views, it's looking more and more like we are going to see an acceleration of the destruction that these people have planned for their own betterment. Their pockets are going to do great. I heard Trump's going to let me keep my special tax cut called QBID, the qualified business income deduction. Cool. Okay. But what about the people getting $1,750 in Social Security? We're going to cut you to $1,600. You can't afford a medication? Oh, well, that's going to be a problem for you. That's where things are going. After the break, we have the first list of people Trump wants to imprison. Yeah, they said it was hyperbole. They said it was an exaggeration, but we have the list and we'll go over it with you.
Well, you know he's about to go in.
Let's talk about a game changer in sleep technology. Our sponsor, 8 Sleep, and their revolutionary Pod 4 Ultra. Your mattress based at a cool independently.
This nigga went from talking politics to try to sell you a bed. God damn. You too can pick up your new Democratic bed, but you will not want to lay in. get to this. All right, this should be the last clip. Shout outs. I'm not even gonna lie, man. He been making a lot of sense lately. Shout outs to Edward Anderson. Yes, Ed. You know, the guy that drives around and goes in. I want to show y'all something before I get up out of here. Hold on, y'all. Y'all hit the like button. Support the show, y'all. Let's go.
Is that ontological is it's really just an intellectual badge. It's a play. It's a lower on my intelligence, which I don't like.
What is up, everybody? This is Edward back with another video, another episode of Everybody Hates Black Men. I am your host, Edward Anderson. So I want to talk real quick about this Priscilla and Cooley situation. Basically, shout out to everybody that checked out my live stream yesterday on December the 12th, December the 9th, or the 8th. December the 8th, 2024, Sunday, in which Cooley from the No Fugazi podcast had a conversation with Priscilla, the Queen Maker. I say that in air quotes. And they had a conversation. The conversation didn't last long. The conversation lasted about 20 minutes, 25 minutes. And it really never left the runway, never really got off the ground. And I don't really have the same kind of issues with Cooley that a lot of other people have. You know, at the end of the day, he's a guy that's out there in quote unquote this kind of conversation. This is part of YouTube. But, you know, I got to be honest. I'll probably play some clips as far as some examples. And we'll do that in a second, but I gotta be honest as far as what kind of happened. So let's do this. They had a conversation, supposed to be a debate, and it just ended. It didn't end right. So before I get started on this, let me play some of these clips. That way you can get an idea of kind of some of the stuff that happened. We're gonna play about 3 clips. These won't be too long. These will just give you a sense of kind of what happened.
Is that correct? Let me ask you this question, because there is
there is a
just
answer that question. There
is a such thing as living apart together, and those relationships have found to be much more healthy than those who cohabitate. Okay,
so I don't have any evidence on that. You don't have any evidence on that. So actually, answer the question.
There is research on it.
I got it, Priscilla. Answer the question.
Sir,
just answer the question so we have it clear.
Sir, I'm answering your question. Separatism is the key, because men and women
because we don't mix.
You don't mix.
Okay, got it. Okay, so
evidence where y'all working without chaos.
Okay. I'll do it this way, right? So I'll let you go ahead and I'll write the questions down because I don't forget. I'll let you speak, but here's how we'll do it. I'll write my questions down so I have it.
All right. So as you can see, I mean, this is this kind of the spirit of what the conversation kind of happened. You know, it never really got off the ground, and she ended up leaving. You know, she obviously wanted to call him a child, do all that. And I'm not really a big fan of Priscilla, so we're just gonna say that what it is. I personally think she has this ideology, this like magical ideology that if men didn't exist, the world would be better. And a lot of the stuff that most of the stuff that women benefit is because of men, so that's crazy. I'll leave that for another video. But as far as this conversation, this is kind of an example as to why even in, you know, the manosphere, the black manosphere circle, you have a lot of people that are they can kind of take Cooley or leave Cooley. He's really not somebody that a lot of dudes like to embrace too much, not just because of the previous situation, which I'm a little bit more sympathetic towards. It's really with the way they clipped it. It's really the issue is really that he comes off as kind of a Johnny come lately. I mean, kudos to him for building his platform. There's no hate in my blood, but he comes as kind of a Johnny come lately. He comes as somebody that he is really adopting these talking points as kind of a mechanism to build his overall channel and profile, versus someone that he embodies these talking points. And he embodies this information, so to speak. And there's certain questions, certain things that how Priscilla moves and talks is you have to really know this information. It can't be, she's not going to let you pigeonhole her into just talking points, because and so the big issue I have with how this kind of went down is that this was a missed opportunity because you didn't really let her talk like you really should have. And he says this towards the end. I invite you to watch this whole video because he speaks on it like for 40 minutes as far as what didn't happen. And he said he understands the difference between you know, point by point debates and letting you talk debates. And Priscilla's the type of person you're gonna at least have to let her talk for like 60 seconds or 2 minutes. Most times when people debate, you know, they get 2 minutes to talk. You're gonna have to let her talk. You can't, even if she says something that I know that you jump on,
flammable shit.
Like it was you know, I'll play some of these clips so you can see it. You can't just jump on her as soon as you say it, especially after you said that you was gonna write some of the stuff she said down and then talk about it after she talks. Now, granted, if she's filibustering, if she's trying to tell a whole story until you forget and go past like 2 minutes or something, or 3 minutes, then yeah, you need to reel her in. I understand that, but see, that's gonna be seen in the video. The other thing too, and obviously he has his platform with a variety of different social media accounts he's built up. I'm a hole in the wall. But my thing is, from a business perspective, you can't really clip a lot of videos if you're cutting her off and she's not able to talk. See, part of this game is if you let her talk, that creates content. And if people disagree with it, they're going to comment on what they disagree with. That opportunity is missed because you didn't even let her talk. And that's how it's going to come across. I understand what was going on. She was basically moving the goalposts a little bit. She wasn't really on topic with what she was trying to deal with. And she didn't really know what she was talking about when it comes to the school thing. That wasn't a well thought out thought. And I get you were trying to create their clarity. But what happens is you basically don't let her, basically, I don't want to use the term hang herself, but you don't let her really run into her own words. This is one thing Candace Owens is actually really good with. Candace Owens will let you talk. Candace Owens is really not known for cutting people off. So this gives her kind of the authority to not be cut off because she didn't cut you off. But what Candace does do is she actively listens and she remembers. So if you say something and you kind of talking against what you said before, like for example, Priscilla was talking against, she was talking about equality, now she was talking about equity, which is fundamentally not the same thing. And the issue she had with the school, talking about, well, the school, black men, boys and girls, because she wasn't talking about just black people. Boys and girls should be separated when only really Muslim countries really essentially do that. You know, there was a lot of room there to kind of prove that she was wrong. But instead, you kind of cut her off and tried to do a point by point debate, and Priscilla's not the type of person that's going to do that. So pretty much she just left the conversation, and now she can claim to be a victim and claim that she beat you, and people already got a narrative with you because they don't like the fact that you with a white chick. That's really what happened, and that's a missed opportunity. So I mean, you know, that's a missed opportunity. So let's do this. I got a stream that I'll link in here that I did where I kind of went through play by play with this to get some value out of this. So I invite you all to check the video out. You know, I had a couple of people up on the panel. We chopped it up about a couple other stuff. I may split that video up down the road. But let me know what you think. You know, definitely check that out. Check out, I'll link, you know, Fugazi's.
All right. So everybody's going in on Cooley still. And I guess the next guy on the chopping block right now is Media Man, the number cruncher himself. I want to check that one out too. Let's check
another morning stream. I usually don't do these morning streams. Make sure y'all check out the last stream I did. It was pretty good. I just listened to Grinch's video in regarding the Media Man, and you know, Media Man is, you know, he is on the suspect list. He just is. I don't personally. I'm not trying to be.
Now people want to call out the new people in the space. It's too late now. It's way too late. All right.
I'm not trying to be mean, but I don't trust Media Man to do the right things. I'm just gonna come in and say that Media Man is out here trying to get a bag. I think he wants to believe a certain narrative about how the world works, and he is, quite frankly, a part of the self-improve and all will be solved crowd. I personally think he's one of them. And there's nothing, and I have nothing against self-improvement, but self-improvement is an individual solution. Self-improvement is not this it's-all be-all macro, and black men just self-improve for black women, you will win the heart of black women, because black women is just not. And the reality is, the reason why a lot of black men like that lullaby and like that dream is A, because black men are self-loathing, B, because black men believe, and when I say self-loathing, that stuff is infused in you as a child, that you're less than. And she is like, let me say this. I want to say this in another way. Just a little bit, hits a little harder. Black women hate themselves. They hate being black. They hate their black status. And you know this is true, because if you compare the black women to black men, you don't see black men say the same thing. Black men do not want to be white men.
Now I gotta stop you there, Edward. You must haven't met my brother Chris G. Let me stop.
Like, black men are not one of these things like, I wish I could just wake up a white man. Black men may want to have certain, like, you know, not be fucked.
I'd be a white man for a day. That shit would be funny as hell and fun.
With, or have certain things that, you know, as far as prosperity and things that all men want. But unlike other races of men, and I'm not saying all Asians are like this, but they have this thing too in Hispanic, black men don't want to be white men. And I argue black men are unique in that way. Other groups have this thing like black women. It's to much, much lesser degree, by the way, but it's still there. Where it's like, well, I just wish I had this or had that. Like, I ask you all something. Seriously, what is it that white men have that black men want? Seriously. We're just as tall as them, if not bigger. We're stronger than them. We're faster than them. Quite frankly, we're smarter than them. The only thing that they really have on us is, quite frankly, they're more willing to do violent and evil shit, which has made a lot of the difference. But ultimately, what is it about white men as a group that black men covet? Asians covet their height and covet the fact that they're bigger. They don't want to be white men fully, but they want to merge, so to speak. Hispanic men, obviously, it's a skin tone thing. It's a skin, whiter is better. That Catholic Jesus bullshit. And I would say this is for the most part, this is true across the diaspora, to be honest. This is like a uniquely African American thing. Although we show it, you know, to the point where there's certain thoughts we just don't have. And so this is why a lot of black men don't really have a good understanding as far as why black women crash out the way they do. And obviously this stuff is measured in degrees, but the fact that black women envy black women, and let me be very clear here, going back to the black men thing, a lot of black men have quite frankly been shielded from the mechanisms that would cause them to have the same kind of envious mentality that black women have. For example, if you hear niggas talk about the 80s, white men don't have money like that. Drilly Bean, you're talking essentially about the top 10% of white men. The median income for white men is only $10,000 more than the median income.
Well, I will say this. If median man is a number cruncher, we don't need another number cruncher here in the manosphere, but fuck it. They'll give them some numbers to go look up. Niggas want to have a math debate. See what I did there? Let's go.
Come for black men. So you telling me you would trade in your sexual currency for $10,000 more a year? That you honestly, if it was just a given that you can't make up for? That's the truth. You talking about the top 10% of white men. You talk about the white controllers. You're not talking about the average white dude. And I'm talking about today. Even when white men were at their height, or much like say 20 years ago, 30 years ago. And that's not their height, but seriously though, when you really look at it, there's a reason why you have shit like Get Out. Now, obviously a black man directed that, but nobody's questioning the sentiment. There's a reason, seriously. There's a reason why you have this mulatto stuff, and they see it as a gang. We see it more as a loss. Just want to put that out there. And I'm not jumping on you. I'm just saying, like, the white men you talking about are the white men you see on TV. Essentially, you talking about like the top 20% of white men, or top really 15, 20%, which is not the majority. It's not even like it is a clear minority that you're really talking about. I mean, let's just be real about that. And that's not me trying to gas folks up, but the gap really ain't that wide. What helps white men is not really individual, it's the macro thing, and quite frankly, it's the macro situation that other men buy into. And this is why traveling is important, because when you see people in their own domain, I mean clearly in their own domain, like in their own countries and stuff, you see a little bit of a different paradigm. Like when you way away from white folks, where it's not normal for white people to really be around like that, you see a different paradigm. But because this is all a lot of black men know, this is really all this is their only point of reference, which is once again another reason why black men need to travel outside of just getting a female. Because a lot of y'all, it's not just about what you think you know, it's about you getting you have your brain and your imagination and knowledge you accumulate. And then this is that part of, it's funny, like old heads will talk about touch grass, but these dudes will have pride in saying they ain't never left their block. Sometimes you got to touch a different types of grass so you can feel the textures of that grass. What I mean when I say that is, you have these five senses: smell, taste.
You niggas need Kentucky bluegrass.
Touch, hearing, and sight. And it's one thing to see something on a screen. It's another thing to see that in real life. It's another thing to smell that in real life. Get in the atmospherics of it. Let your senses be awash in a different environment. Quite frankly, different propaganda engines. Seeing how the United States is covered outside the United States versus inside the United States. For example, everybody's talking about how authoritarian Donald Trump is. You just had a conservative politician, that literally invoked martial law on their ass in South Korea. Like legit tried to run that play. Legit had the military, and South Korea is a republic. Legit had the military go up in the assembly. Y'all don't know really what that is. The closest thing y'all had on next grade was January 8th, and those were citizens that did that. That don't really mean nothing. If they really wanted to go in there and yank them white folks out, they could have. Most of them white folks ain't really got it like that. That ain't like Waco, Texas, willing to set the shit on fire and die in it with their family and kids a tote. Most of them dudes, a lot of them dudes were like business folks. They had a lot to lose. They just ain't used to being checked on some classism stuff like they do. They missing that checkup. Saying you may have white privilege, but you're not gonna be able to do all of this. So, he ain't woke. Media Man ain't woke. Media Man know what's up. Media Man ain't a dumb individual. Media Man, the type of dude is, if I take him out for a beer, we will agree with 98% of everything. And we will probably agree with about 80%.
Damn, Ed, you drink beer? Bro, slowly coming out his shell. If I broke, now my business. Shout outs to my brother Brian Will dropping the huge $2.99 on the Cash App. Thank you, bro, for supporting Player Talk Radio. I appreciate you. Thank you, everybody, for supporting Player Talk Radio. Let's get it. Let's go.
God damn it.
You can't make this shit up.
Shout outs to Brian Will. Thank you, bro. I gotta put that in my savings, man. I'm trying to get this tablet. I found one for $200. Pray for me.
Ooh, ooh, yeah, big bag.
A Merry Christmas, you know? Pray for me, y'all. Try to make sure this Christmas is very merry. About the $200 tablet. About to be editing like a motherfucker.
I mean, where is he from? Why do you walk like, no, that's too much for me. Black people walk like that because we have style, we got flavor, we got rhythm. I mean, the black man in America is the most copied man on this planet, bar none. Everybody want to be a nigga, but nobody want to be a nigga. How about that question? The Colonel's a nigga now. The Colonel's a nigga now. He knows so much chicken, he's a nigga now. Cal Channing just admitted she was a nigga. The rest of them need to break down and admit it too.
All right, let's get back into it for a little bit. Hold on.
Of the solutions. Media Man is one of these. First, Media Man is doing what he does for the bag. Like, even I'm gonna speak on that in a second, but I want to get back to this. So, when you look at, when you understand that and understand the envy that black and the white women envy black women on a couple of things, but not most things. But when you look at the envy that black women have, where they want what the white woman has, the white man, the white hair, the blonde hair, all this stuff, because she's fucked up by the dog test. Sorry about that. I need to get some new middle sheet markers. The dog test got her messed up as a child, and they don't exercise themselves from that demon. What they essentially do is they embrace it. It's like the N-word. Rather than just not saying it, you just embrace it to the point where everybody treating you like it. Where it's like, it's something cool. Why can't I say that? Well, the same reason I can't say the F-bomb. Even though they still say that. But anyway, they transmit that culture, that self-hatred culture into y'all. And they transmit it in a way that's gonna benefit them as children. I'm sorry, a lot of you chicks are bad moms and y'all don't even know it. Like straight like that. And they basically tell you ain't got a father, not because of who they are and what they chose and what they were on, but because you as a black man ain't shit and you abandon your women, and they try to show you everybody else the very quote unquote patriarchy that they don't want and cooperation that they refuse to do. They show everybody else's narrative of how other men are just giving other women a demure life when that's bullshit and black men carry that. They do this as a child. This programming happens as a child where you don't know nothing about the world. That shit is actually evil as fuck. When you really understand what they do and why it's evil. And I don't use that term lightly. It really is. It is a serious abuse. And so they take that and a lot of y'all carry that. That's why I keep coming back to guilt. You notice how I say guilt more than I say ego. I come back to the guilt because the guilt is actually something that holds y'all back more than ego. And that guilt was impressed upon y'all as kids. There's two ways that's done. Either as kids or you niggas be running through these bitches so hard. Like y'all be doing shit to these hoes so hard that you niggas be feeling guilty about your own actions. And as far as I'm concerned, I'm gonna tell you like I tell that white man, you can keep that shit because that's your ass. And if we're gonna be honest and real about it, them women chose to be ran through. Them women knew who you were and what was it about. y'all niggas don't be, especially the Z's, they don't be just lying to these chicks. They come as advertised. And the women that are on that show up. And so my point is, y'all carry that guilt with y'all, and what Grinch was talking about, that's what that shit is. Y'all had guilt, and y'all want to act like we gonna do better and create this Wakanda. A lot of you niggas need to wait. I got a short coming out. That shit funny as hell. And I forget who sent it. It was compassion to call outs. Yes, a lot of y'all are like little boys, man. That's that little boy in you niggas. They be like, we can do it. We can do it.
Black community, yo.
Nigga, there's certain things I want to do for my mom I ain't never gonna do because she dead. And I don't carry that shit with me to that level. And a lot of y'all, the women that actually did something for y'all are still alive. The person y'all actually really, the only person y'all should actually owe some shit in any way. And even then, I could poke holes in that, to be honest with you, because that was not your responsibility. That was the nigga she chose to have you with responsibility, and that was her job to choose to do. But so I'm not just saying this from some heartless cold, I don't give a fuck. I understand that more than most, because most of y'all moms are still alive. And I don't carry that shit like that. I'm the oldest. I don't carry that shit, not like that. Not like this damn kind of boulder I'm dragging the fuck around. And y'all caring about, and this Rich said that y'all carrying that for a bitch that has demonstrated that she don't care. Fuck social media. Y'all ain't seen that shit. And not only do y'all carry that, y'all actually have the nerve to try to spread that gospel. Y'all have the nerve to spread that gospel to other unsuspecting black men and got the fucking nerve to say, we're the problem. And mean that shit. I'm not really talking about Media Man here, but this is a good example.
Misinformation.
And so, they transfer that energy. They transfer that hatred, that self-loathing into y'all, and y'all try to buy yourself out of that by wanting to put a smile on that bitch's face. My nigga, you can't make her white, so that's impossible.
Yeah.
That's what she wants. And is every black chick? No. If it's most to varying degrees? Absolutely. That's what she wants. Why do you think they can get with some minuscule white boy and act like they with a fucking Boris Kojo? And some niggas will look at that and still be like, game is game. Y'all will look at that shit. Y'all will look at that shit, see that shit, and still act like.
Uh-oh. Don't forget what you were saying, Ed. You was cooking. Ed be cooking sometimes, man.
Y'all will look at that shit and y'all will legit be like, that's it. Y'all will legit still say that. And I'm not against quote unquote game, because that's what all these niggas love to hear.
Oh, you against
game? The game.
Nah, he against game. He cries, moan, and bitch about the game all the time. And you can always find him on game channels. He be over at Red Supreme. He be all of these dudes that are against game. They running around here looking for game, because guess what? What they doing ain't working. What they doing ain't working. So
them guys believe speaking against my Orange Catholic Bible. Shout out to Doom. My Orange Catholic Bible. My pimp God Bible. You can't speak against the pimp commandments. Come on, man. Come on, man. I mean, Big Bill got her own narrative. She ain't trying to do all. She ain't trying to go in like that. But my thing is that
I forgot. Game make you blind, Ed.
my thing is y'all have this guilt and this self-loathing. Because again, this is 2024. A lot of dudes be talking like it's 2010, 2012, where y'all haven't seen nothing. And y'all purpose to be deaf, dumb, and stupid. And I'm like, yo, and that's why I put the picture, the thumbnail I put, because Grinch said something about y'all need to be marked. Well, you know what Majin Vegeta is. Majin, Maggle. For real. That y'all niggas need to be marked. Like the blood of the demon. For real. And only when y'all really get on it and become real thinking black man does that shit disappear. And that shit need to low-key come back if y'all relapse. Because a lot of these niggas be relapsing. And it is, and it's a difference between speaking on it, and Grinch said there's a difference between speaking on it and like y'all be really having long faces. And the reason why is because these folks think they're just y'all stop confused. Stop getting high on your own supply. Stop confusing you being in the lie to me economy and saying what you got to say for this bag from what it really is. Just because you get engagement, I don't.
Man, y'all too late trying to call people out, man. It's like there's already 3 generations of niggas here stealing manosphere content. And Ed, you should be mad out of everybody else. You should be the maddest one. This nigga should be mad as shit. Media man repeating everything he heard you say in the comfort of his house. Don't really got to do too much.
Don't look for engagement from you all or anybody else. I don't say, well, this video did well. Maybe I'm more right in this moment. So I need to keep saying that. No, just because it resonates with y'all don't mean that I'm more righter than I generally am. And so a lot of people get into this trap where they think, because you making money, because you getting financial support on this app, that you saying the right shit to the point you dumb fucks actually believe that shit. Y'all believe, like, think of Anton. Anton wouldn't have came. Anton, it took 2 things for Anton. One, for Anton to actually show the fuck up. And look, what Anton said about Charles definitely justifies Charles calling him a B for the rest of his life. Because that bullshit that Anton said when you a single father, knowing how hard it is, when you said, nigga, why ain't you married to your wife? Nigga, the same reason if your wife started doing stupid shit with your daughter, and your daughter was gonna be a fucking hoe because how your wife would be, your wife was acting, nigga, you would have divorced your wife. So stop acting like, and that's the thing where these niggas act like because they're married, they think they got a certain rank. And that's why I don't like niggas like that, because niggas like that, they really be on some when in doubt, just say I'm married. And I'm not even gonna get into poking holes into the who you married with and the circumstances. Once Anton said, I wouldn't be married today if I wouldn't have got married young, then that's all you needed to say. So you're an exception, not the rule. And to say that about a dude that actually got his kids, yeah, that was crazy. But that being said, when Anton actually heard when Anton saw that these niggas weren't the keyboard, this is why they did that cam up bullshit. Because they thought these niggas are just some random niggas on the end. They actually believe that shit. This nigga in Detroit, so he been around economic devastation. He actually believed that any nigga with an opinion outside of the status quo.
All right, hey, you starting to get a little bogus now, man. And yes, the majority of the manosphere do need to be cammed up. We're going through the same fucking problem in the producer community. The majority of the manosphere do need to be cammed up. We gotta put a face. We gotta put a face on the space. We gotta put a face on the space. Niggas ain't gonna seriously do business with Goku. Niggas ain't gonna seriously do business with fucking Piccolo and shit. It's got way more problems than a fucking Mercedes with a check engine light on, man.
Must be just some keyboard warrior that ain't got no real life, that's living with they mama, blase, blase, blah. That is literally speaks to a need that he had to A, realize that's not the case, and B, hear these bitches over a year and a half say constant bullshit, and even see these motherfuckers challenge his hero, which is Kevin Samuels. He had to see that constantly. Otherwise, he'd still be on the bullshit that he's on. And he still is to a lot of ways. Because he does. So my point is, I don't think Media Man is that far off. But the thing with Media Man is on this app for a bag. And Media Man is trying, and I get it. Media Man is kind of on the, I'm trying to help black men that's going to listen to a message, which is fine. But this is where you mess. And I'm not saying you got to speak against these hoes all the time. But nigga, stop acting like you're actually doing anything. These bitches don't care. There's enough videos, podcasts, and shows out right now that you should know. These bitches don't care, and it don't matter what you look like. Nigga, it don't fucking matter. You in the gym looking like puffing your ass out. You say some shit these bitches don't like. You ain't shit, nigga, too. I saw that. I'm gonna do a video on that. I thank her for coming up, because that gives me an excuse to put out.
Niggas be on something, man. You buff too, man. Let me see your chest real quick. Let me see your pectorials real quick, nigga.
Got a video on it. And what was she doing? Saying the same. This chick, and a lot of y'all, look, I don't necessarily tell y'all to support women. I know a lot of niggas be on this celebrity is on the Break Bad watch list. Man, look. Hey, if she do, we'll address that when that needs to be addressed. Celebrity done cuss me out like full-blown flamethrower shit. And I got over that because that was basically, she ain't the first chick to do that when I first meet him. Because quite frankly, that just lets you know I'm not kissing ass. That's why I don't even get fully mad when people do that. So a lot of y'all niggas, like the work that she done put in, the fact that chick could almost get locked up for a hot second, or at least bond out, and then come with that BS about what I went through. And you know what? Anton handled that as somebody at his platform level should. Let the chick come in here, let her think she about to say some stupid shit, and make a video, let everybody else eat off that and make a video about it. It ain't no point in Anton wagging his finger at her. Why? Rose, no, let her think she can come around here and speak that BS. Let her. We all know what happened. Women saw it. The fact that she's coming back around, she's coming around like that, all that tells me is that lets you know what she's on. She ain't FBA. Let her do that. So everybody that actually caped for her ass looks stupid.
Yeah, I think he's talking about the brick lady. But listen, y'all. Oh, man. Listen, this Player Talk Radio. Nah, that's how Ed sounds. We don't sound like that. That's how Ed sounds, man. What's going on, D Chicago? Thank you, everybody that hit the like button and everybody that supported the show. Player Talk Radio. Thank you, everybody, for coming through. We out, y'all. See you on the next one, which will be very soon. Peace. Thank you, everybody that hit the like button. Thank you, everybody that supports the show on air, off air, because you care. You support Player Talk Radio everywhere. See you on the next one. Go get some nigga shit. Player Talk.
Go, double back on the house, we spanking their ass. You know we don't give a fuck. You know we ain't letting up. Grandmother, show double back on the house, you know we ain't letting up. Hey, you know how I'm coming. I'm still coming like this. I'm still going. You know how no shit that goes down, shit, bitch. Go. How many buttons can fit at the end of the gun? Boy, just one. How many bitches can fit in the G-Wagon truck? It's a lot of these sluts. Double back on the house, boy, spanking their ass. You know they ain't getting up. They don't like text when I'm making their ass. You know I don't give a fuck. I feel like eat with a shiesty on. Drake on a talker truck. Tie kid busy bone. Girl, I'm bad to the bone. You know I do wanna fuck. I don't condone it. Icy cones. I just do a little cotton and moan. Put a little hole on the floor, she blow. I put a little bit on the cotton and go. Double back on the house, boy, spanking their ass. You know they ain't getting up. They don't like text when I'm making their ass. You know I don't give a fuck. Spit on that block and we spray at their ass. You know we ain't letting up. This bitch keep handing me alcohol. I think she trying to get me drunk. I think she trying to give me a gut. I tell the bitch to let me in a good. Double back and we hop out Spain. Boom, bow, bitch. Double back till I give me some rain. Hey, who now, bitch? Hey, and that bitch trying to get in my face, but she fuck with the eyes, so I tell her cool out, bitch. How many buttons can fit at the end of the gun? Boy, just one. How many bitches can fit in the G-Wagon truck? It's a lot of these sluts. Double back on the house, boy, spanking their ass. You know they ain't getting up. They don't like text when I'm making their ass. You know I don't give a fuck. I feel like eat with a shiesty on. Drake on a talker truck. Tie kid busy bone. Girl, I'm bad to the bone. You know I do wanna fuck. I don't condone it. Icy cones. I just do a little cotton and moan. Put a little hole on the floor, she blow. I fuck a